Russ Martin Show.
Why are you so angry?
It's been kind of a crappy day.
I told you
I'm ready to go home.
I told you earlier this week I was going to smoke his ass.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, you've seen Russ play before. I mean, why
well, you know what? Chapman's played most of those songs.
Yeah, but it's remembering them.
He also didn't have Katana rubbing on his back.
Yeah, no.
You could see it a couple of times in his face. She's rubbing on him, and he looks down and goes, "Say, what's that?"
Yeah, you distracted him very nicely.
You making my depend stick ass.
God. Now you said that.
Front ways this time.
Yeah. You're going to go skydiving because of a country song?
No, I'm going to go skydiving because I want to.
You never wanted to until now, until this monkey song came out.
I really want to do it, and I know it's safe, and I know I can do it in 1 hour. The other thing, as far as taking classes for weeks or whatever it was, I don't want to do that. It wasn't worth the thrill. This sounds like fun, and you're tied up to somebody who's done it hundreds of times. I'm out there all by myself.
But you're doing it because you're about to turn 46?
48.
48?
In November.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to be 44.
Yeah, but you're still
older than you.
Yeah.
So?
And you're not as successful.
I think I am. I think I am. Because I got friends that love me. And I got kids. And
yeah, but you ain't got nothing.
I have things you'll never have.
What?
Children and friends that love me.
I got friends.
Okay.
I don't need kids.
Okay.
And it's not like I couldn't have them. I chose not to have them.
That's fine.
You can't have a successful career because you suck.
Well, your hair's gray and your nose is long.
Ass. My point is, it's absurd. The smoking ban is absurd. And that's one main reason I wasn't going to open a bar in Dallas, is because I'm not going to have somebody change the rule. If I'm opening a bar now and I know what the rules are,
right,
that's okay. But I don't know how the rules are going to change down the road. And I'm not going to commit money and investors' money and then run the risk of them deciding that I can't do something else.
Are you still opening that puppy?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm flip-flopping again.
Email me so I can take it off the calendar if you decide to change your mind, because I'm coming.
I have no idea when it's going to happen.
Oh, that's shtick.
It is not shtick.
It's not.
Come on.
It's run back and forth, and I finally had one last meeting with Hofbrau last night, since they're going to do the food and the management. And obviously, Aaron, since he's got all these Hofbraus, he sees potential in this because he's trying to talk me into continuing to do it.
Right.
I just don't know if it's worth all the headaches that I've gone through, and I'm going to continue to go through just to get a key. Not to open,
I know.
Just to get a key.
You know the general public rises up as one to say, get over it, do what you got to do. They want you to do it.
Yes.
And I'm part of the general public.
Kiss ass. Kiss my ass just like you kiss Laura Miller's ass.
Well, I think you're dead wrong on the intersection thing, too. So come on, I call them as I see them.
I don't get what your problem is with people standing on the corners.
It's distracting. It's dangerous. You never know what they're going to spend the money on. There's no accountability. You want more?
Well, you're talking about homeless people. I know what the fire department's going to do with the cash.
I'm not talking about homeless people. What about those people in those mysterious white...
Okay, you're absolutely right. If they're standing on the corner, you got to give them money. What was I thinking? You don't have just because
I don't want to conduct business with anybody in my car.
Then you don't roll down. Then you don't roll down the window.
No, don't want to ignore them. Don't want to think about it. Don't want to hit them. I'm glad they're out of there, and I'm sorry that it was some people whom you and I admire.
Well, then you go back when Jerry Lewis, they had the telethon, and explain to them why we came up about $370,000 short for crippled kids, for kids with muscular dystrophy. Sorry, kid, no wheelchair. Get out of here. Why don't take your nice little slug outfit that I got you for Halloween and go slug along?
Don't.
That's a compelling argument, but it doesn't make a bad idea a good idea.
Yes, it does.
Okay, it does. Whatever.
Oh, no, No.
There we go.
No, we don't go that route.
No, we don't. Yeah, you know something? You said something before you even came to me that is great. My least favorite sentence in the English language is, let's agree to disagree. No, let's duke it out until the world knows who's right and who's wrong. I love it.
Is he slamming me?
I'm not sure.
Are you slamming me?
No. What are you talking about?
Oh. Why does I feel like I got popped?
I don't
like these. I don't like these intellectual Ike Turner sessions. Quit it.
The Russ Martin Show.
Ass. Gavin sent me an IM near the end of the show that Spitzer was going to resign. CBS News knew about it yesterday. He never got around to it. I didn't see his press conference.
You hear the audio?
Was his wife there?
Yes, she was.
God, and they showed a picture of her
33 over here.
from 2 weeks ago to today. That woman's aged 10 years.
Big sad bags. In
Well, you're not getting a lot of sleep. You're going to look like piss after a week and a half.
Yeah.
What's that?
33.
I also read that she urged him not to resign.
Yep. I didn't hear that. Somebody sent me that.
Do you watch the news?
Which channel is it?
What are you going to say, Trey?
Yeah, that she was one of the strongest advocates that he not resign and fight it. I think that's one of the mentalities when you marry someone who's going to run for office. I think you become so vested in the campaign and that winning that you kind of take on a different persona than just a normal husband and wife.
Almost like a business partner.
Yeah.
In the past few days, I've begun to atone for my private failings with my wife, Soda, my children, and my...
You say his wife's name is Soda?
Yes. All right.
I've begun to atone for my private failings with my wife, Soda, my children, and my entire family. The remorse I feel will always be with me.
What are you laughing at, John?
Oh, Soda, my kid grape knee high. Fanta over here.
Hey! Shasta, sit down.
My children, and my entire family. The remorse I feel will always be with me. Words cannot describe how grateful I am for the love and compassion they have shown me.
You got coke!
From those to whom much is given, much is expected.
Taken away.
I have been given much. the love of my family, the faith and trust of the people of New York.
Which you betrayed all of it. I don't know if I would point out all the positive aspects of my life right now.
Look at all the things.
All these people that voted for me, trusted in me, ran my campaign, stood by me, my family that believed in me, and I went and paid $6,000 for some nanny.
And over 80,000 for the last total 5 years.
Was it $80,000?
That's what they're saying.
Since 2002.
A couple of years, yeah.
Well, I would probably think at this point, because yesterday they speculated probably all the money was his, but after $80,000, I bet they look into that.
Yeah, well, I didn't know this. His family is very wealthy.
No, I mentioned that yesterday. If they had the cash, he could spend it. Still $80,000.
But over 5 years.
Yeah, possibly. How long is this clip?
Minute and a half.
Much is expected. I have been given much. The love of my family, the faith and trust of the people of New York, and the chance to lead this state. I am deeply sorry that I did not live up to what was expected of me.
You come close.
To every New Yorker and to all those who believed in what I tried to stand for, I sincerely apologize.
You didn't try to stand for anything. You used that as a facade.
Well, yeah. A way to make things happen.
Oh, it's like the smoke and mirrors. I'm going to be this righteous and this staunch on all these different issues.
Who would ever look at me?
While I'm over here paying $5-6 a pop for some poo.
They said money-wise, he did a thing called smurfing, which is where a person splits one large payment into a bunch of smaller cash payments so law enforcement and banks and the IRS don't get suspicious.
Didn't work.
No. Read that again.
He did a thing called smurfing, where a person splits one large payment into a bunch of smaller cash payments so law enforcement, the banks, and the IRS don't get suspicious. Spitzer was allegedly making several small payments in an account that was operated by the Emperor's Club. That's what initially drew the bank's attention.
He still had to be hauling out a lot to draw the IRS to have them look at it.
You got to put it out sometime, one way or the other.
Well, a bank official...
I'm looking at JDD, Mike.
Sorry.
Thank you. Finish with the story.
Once the IRS realized these payments were coming from Spitzer, they passed the information along to prosecutors in New York, which eventually led to them using a wiretap to catch him lining up the expensive call girls.
I don't know why he didn't just have somebody else buy gift certificates, because they had those at the Emperor's Club.
Yeah, somebody you really, really trust.
Yeah, and then give those to him. Then you can't prove where it's coming from.
Yeah,
because you know he's not the only one that knew that he was enjoying the company.
They said the irony is that he got ratted out using techniques that he actually used when he was the attorney general.
Well, I saw one of the clips, interview, NBC, ABC. He ran down a few things that people who are in trouble shouldn't do. Never put it in writing. Never put it in text. Don't send it in an email.
No, he did all those things.
You have your fingers in your ears when you said that?
I'm talking about you don't do that.
What were you about to say, Trey?
No, I think one of the things, the bank officials saw a large sum of money and then it getting split, and they thought maybe he was embezzling, and that's why they know.
Embezzling or laundering?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen to the rest of this. Did his wife look up at all this go around?
She did, yes, a couple times.
The love of my family, the faith and trust of the people of New York, and the chance to lead this state. I am deeply sorry that I did not live up to what was expected of me. To every New Yorker and to all those who believed in what I tried to stand for, I sincerely apologize. I look at my time as governor with a sense of what might have been. But I also know that as a public servant, I and the remarkable people with whom I worked have accomplished.
What does any of this mean to me?
It doesn't. You have to get up and do this. You have to bow out. You have to say, I'm sorry. Look what I've done while I was here.
I got caught. I have to resign. I got caught. You better not resign. All the I've been through, you're not going to resign.
I have to resign, honey.
You're not going out and you pay $5,000-$6,000 for some poo.
You're going to throw me out.
And then now I got to move out of that effing house. I'll beat your ass. You tell him that you didn't do it. You stay in the house. I'm going to tell him some stuff.
What are you going to say?
You want me to bring that capuchin monkey over here? What about that time that you wanted me to shove the remote in your pee hole?
Okay, maybe it's best. Put it in there too far. No.
as we enjoy the television, I have this sudden urge to have you shove that remote control into my pee hole. Do not shove it in too far. For last time I bought 3 pay-per-views. Until next time.
Yes.
But I also know that as a public servant, I and the remarkable people with whom I worked have accomplished a great deal. There is much more to be done.
His wife has just got to snap at a certain point.
You just go.
And you would pray, I'm sure he prayed, that she wouldn't do it during the press conference. Just slapping him in the back of the head. You're an idiot.
I was actually thinking about that when I was watching the, not the press conference, but beforehand. Did you see how they had the helicopter following the motorcade getting to wherever the...
No, I didn't see any of it.
It was ridiculous. I think I did my entire cardio session in the time it took them to get from point A to point B. And the whole time I'm thinking, if his wife's in there, I bet she's beating the crap out of him in that car.
Do you know where we're going?
Yes, honey.
This entire motorcade. You know that you're going to have to go resign. And now I got to move out of the effing house.
Yes, honey.
And now you ain't got a job.
What are we going to do now?
Oh, dear.
What are we supposed to do? Well, I took all this time. I supported you. I did. Like I wanted to be your wife. And now I got to go back. You're going to resign? I'll beat your ass.
Right before they walk out with the cameras, trank her. No, I'm going to come across the
You get up there and you deny this. I'm going to drop my pants and I'm going to show them what you wouldn't eat.
Sweetheart.
Don't call it, bro.
Please, call. We'll be okay. It'll be all right. We'll get through this conference.
How much you pay to call that other woman sweetheart?
I'll make it.
What is it, like $1,200?
Oh,
it's called a sweetheart?
Oh, trank her now.
How much for the ass? Huh? How much you get in the ass?
Oh, God.
An extra $4 or $5 if she do it, is that part of the $6,000?
Can you get this out of your system now, sweetheart? Because we're almost there.
How about if I just take a limo? Better yet, I'll wait till we're on stage.
Hike a leg and go,
honey. Be a good girl and paint that off. Honey. Oh, God. What are you made a musical? Does that thing end? You're dropping a stage wonder. Quit
it! Time as governor, with a sense of what might have been. But I also know that as a public servant, I and the remarkable people with whom I worked have accomplished a great deal. There is much more to be done.
You got caught.
And I cannot allow my private failings to disrupt the people's work.
I got caught.
Over the course of my public life, I have insisted, I believe correctly, that people...
It is amazing, and Trey's right. Even after being busted for this prostitution ring, he still takes this stance of righteousness. Here are the things that I've done. Mm-hmm. Here are the remarkable people that I've worked with. Here are many of the things that I've planned for the future. And had you let me stay in office, these things would have happened. What are you going to say, Trey?
If you took out the 3 or 4 apologies,
it would sound like
it's a
campaign speech.
Yeah, or just he's leaving office after serving his terms.
Yeah.
Gavin.
Yes.
Who was that just walked in your office?
Oh, that's David's assistant. Would you like to meet her?
I don't know if I'm ready for that right now.
Why?
I'm back on the testosterone.
Oh, Lord.
You ain't ready then.
She ain't ready.
I can't. What is she, like 5'6", 5'7"? She's taller than that.
Yeah, taller than that.
Just hot blonde.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Stunning. Yeah.
Gavin, what did she do over at FitShoot?
She was Brian Purdy's assistant.
Why'd Brian let her go?
Just switched things around. She was doing various office activities, and then we just moved her over to Carpenter for David's assistant.
That didn't make any sense. Brian Purdy is the market manager, right?
Right.
It seems like she would have more to do working for Purdy than David Henry. Because with David Henry, all she's got to do is make sure he's got enough tanning lotion.
Maybe Brian Purdy's wife dropped by the office one day.
Oh, yeah. Who is that? It's my assistant. Oh, the hell is not! You ain't let her go. We're going to have to put her down. You let her go right now. I'll put her to sleep. How many different managers has she been passed on to because their wives came in and saw her?
I'm not sure. She started out in programming and then shifted to help Brian out. And then she moved over here as David's assistant.
You're still leaving something out.
I'm not.
Did Brian Purdy's wife see her?
I don't think you weren't officially the office. No, she wasn't officially Brian's assistant. And so we made it official bringing her over here. She was an interim position. So she got the full-time position over here working for David.
Chloe, how long before we need a break?
I don't care.
Well, if we get a break now, I'll bring her in after the break. Gavin, ask her if she'll come in later.
Yes, she will.
All right. Is she married?
No, she's not.
Is she dating somebody?
Yes, she is.
For how long?
2 years.
Yeah. Are they engaged?
No.
He doesn't love her.
You're right.
He doesn't.
If you look like that and you haven't popped it in 2 years.
I asked her after the fettuccine came. My first date. How your food?
It's pretty tasty.
You want to take the vows?
Can we wait to the entree?
No, I'm afraid.
All of a sudden you have a minister pop.
Here's a buddy of mine who just stopped by. See if this ring fits. I missed it. We need a break?
3 minutes.
Oh, all right. We'll finish the story, then we'll get her in, because I don't want to cut it short. Where's she going? She just left your office.
Oh, she's going to fax something. She'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have a camera. Yeah.
So she doesn't listen?
No, they don't have a speaker back there.
I mean, she doesn't listen ever?
Sometimes she does, yeah.
How long has she been with the company?
I would say probably about a year and a half.
Oh. So where she is now, she can't hear me?
That's correct.
I would like to screw her.
Yeah, she is really, really pretty.
There are many things that I have planned for her.
Oh, no.
And her hoot monster. I will actually go in and try and find the G-spot.
Well,
Yes, for her.
yes.
I will bring my friends. I will bring a big thing with fingers. I'll bring excavation equipment.
Spelunking team.
I will. What's that?
Spelunking team.
All right. I'll bring midgets with me, and we will find the G-spot, and we will tickle it, and rub our fingers around it.
Yes.
And there is no tomorrow. For I am the lover. You may call me Slick.
Certainly are.
All right, as far as this week goes, that's the stupidest thing I've said. All right, we'll be back. When I start making love, I don't just make love, I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west, and I stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Gail. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Russ.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling better, thank you.
Is your stuff allergy related to?
No, this was an ugly bug.
Yeah.
Yep. And appropriately enough, traffic brought to you by Kaufman Tire.
Well, fine. Just push me off.
I'm sorry. I thought you might just want me to go on instead of waiting so you could fuss at me.
Well, why am I going to fuss at you?
I don't know.
I'm just asking how you were. Why is it everybody around this studio is on edge because I got a voicemail from Trey last night screaming at me because I won't scream at him no more.
It's because when you change it, everybody gets nervous. And you've changed. You've done something different, and we don't know why, and we don't know what's coming.
It's like sitting on the top of Mount St. Helen right before it blew. Because can't last, and when you blow, it's going to be bad.
Well, when was the last time Mount St. Helen let one go?
83, 84.
All right. So you got 25, 26 years.
Okay.
And I'll come find you when I'm ready. All right, go ahead, Gail.
Okay, well, it is brought to you by Kaufman Tire. They just cleared up a wreck, and I don't know how they did it so quickly. There was an 18-wheeler involved southbound Central at Hall. Traffic is heavy from Monticello in North Dallas on westbound 635 past Marsh Lane. We got the left lane blocked. That's heavy from Rosser. And then eastbound LBJ at Abrams, the exit ramp is blocked by a wreck. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
I think Gail into the mid-70s again tomorrow, maybe some showers, and then into the 80s for Friday. We're at 77 now. Beautiful day at Live 105.3.
I don't know if I want to meet David Henry's assistant or not.
Why not?
If you came back in out of the hall and said, she's not pretty, she's stunning.
She is.
Then that's all I'm going to obsess over. That I don't have one of those. And who has her doesn't appreciate her because he won't get married.
No, he won't. You know, she'll go home tonight and go, you know, Russ brought up a really good point today. He would have married me at that salad.
Bring it here. I'll do it now.
You're engaged.
I'll drag her out of the house.
Amy, you want to be home when I get home? Why, honey? Wear your heart hat.
It's going to be uncomfortable when I come home with my new wife.
Especially if your fiance's there.
What? Have you seen her up close, Trey?
Yes.
Stunning, breathtaking. I can't see her.
Okay.
Well, she's going to come in, and I'm going to act like a complete idiot.
No, you won't.
And then I'll have the obsession.
Yeah.
And you start having the dreams, and then it don't stop.
Then don't see her. You'll pass her in the hall sooner or later, and she'll take your breath away.
Do I want to get this over with now? I'm not playing this up for air. I don't know if I really want to see her up close.
But you're going to pass her at some point.
How long has she been here?
A couple of weeks.
Yeah. Is that about it?
Maybe a month.
I haven't seen her.
Okay.
I just seen, the only time I've seen her is on the security cameras up and down the hall.
Just tell yourself going in, you can't have her. She's one of those, pretend she isn't
every guy that sees a hot chick, if she's not married, they think they can have her. Yeah. You'll see Jennifer Aniston doing an interview, and she'll talk about breaking up with Brad Pitt. Someplace in your head, you're thinking, I'm the one.
I like to know who her husband is. She'd be the kind of we'd
Whose husband?
I mean, boyfriend is.
Yeah, don't say that again.
Sorry. I'm thinking ahead of time, down the road.
No.
She's the kind that would be out with some hockey player or some, Tony Romo or somebody.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
A lot of money, football, athletic.
Well, I have other things.
What do you have?
Wow. I could dance for her.
Oh, no. It's a modified gopher dance from Caddyshack.
Women like that.
The Latin gopher.
Like this?
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead. Resist.
You're going to set the studio on fire. Knock it off.
As I do the gopher dance. I'll dance for you on the golf course. As the sun gingerly warms our bodies. Yes. I dance as the gopher. And then we will dirty dance together. Two dirty, nasty gophers. We will We'll bump and grind like two monkeys with a cup full of change. You'll be my organ grinder, yes? And to solidify our love,
Yes.
I will hit you with scat.
You don't bring her in. Maybe this is better as a fantasy.
Gavin, where is she?
She's down on her desk. You want me to get her? I think it's worth it.
And it doesn't. You don't think about her after you've seen her?
She's an absolutely stunning girl. Yeah. But
Well, it's like over Christmas. I'll go look at Christmas lights in really nice neighborhoods. Then I don't want to go home to my S-hole. And it's going to be the same thing. I don't want to see her and go home to my S-hole.
Russell, your fiancé is not an asshole by any means.
If this chick is as hot as you guys report, then Amy's going to be an S-hole.
You love Amy, and she's beautiful, and that's the end of that. What do you mean? You're gay.
I was dance as the golden devils.
I think that's going to sell this chick.
This dance does not make you wet?
No, not at all.
Let me spit on it. I gotta dump this bit. I'm wearing this out all week.
It's been fun.
All right, Gavin, go get her.
all right.
Maybe I won't look directly at her.
Possibly a good idea. Think of her as a internet girl. When she leaves, that's the little X on her head. She's gone, and she never comes back.
Well, then I'll need a tissue. And a chair.
No.
And I will kick my legs. Here she comes.
Are you gonna be nice to me?
Breathe. Breathe.
And you're not married?
No.
And you've been with this buffoon how long?
2 years.
Where'd you meet him?
Downtown Fort Worth.
What does he do?
He does like investment education seminars, stocks type stuff.
Oh. How old is he?
27.
What's he make?
I don't know. I don't ask.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
If you've been with him for a couple of years, you know what he makes. Does he have a house or an apartment?
Apartment.
How many square feet?
I don't know. It's in Uptown. It's kind of small.
800?
Maybe.
I laugh. What kind of cars he drive?
He drives an AMG.
What is that? From the 70s?
No, I get, what is it, an SL?
You mean a Pacer?
Yeah, Mercedes. I don't know.
Does he drive around a Javelin?
That's AMC Pacer.
Oh.
This is AMG.
He has 2 cars then.
Oh, he has 2 cars?
Yes.
What's the other one?
Porsche.
Yeah. Does it shoot flames?
Doesn't. No. Does yours?
Yes.
Nice.
I can't look at her.
I know. Don't look directly at her. It'll burn something in your eyeball.
I looked at the trap rail. Have you modeled?
A long time ago.
Why'd you stop?
I don't know. Just didn't go anywhere.
How'd you end up at CBS?
That's my degree is broadcasting, so then I interned with Clear Channel and came over here.
Brian Purdy ever hit on you?
No.
Brian Purdy?
No.
Brian Purdy.
No.
Even when he was drunk?
No.
Brian Purdy.
No. Brian Purdy hits on women. Hits on his employees.
Brian Purdy.
I have never experienced that.
Now, why did you really leave the Fitzhugh building?
It was just like an interim process. I was just filling in until Cindy came.
But Brian Purdy's wife saw you.
Yes, she's very lovely.
Yeah.
I bet you were gone the next day.
After the first time you met her, how long before you got transferred over here?
A couple months.
Yeah. Has David Henry's wife seen you?
Yes.
What did she say?
She's very nice.
I have no more questions.
Possibly you need to dance for her.
To go, no. No, I got enough stuff going against me right now. I don't need to break out the gopher dance. Has marriage even come up?
Yes, actually. Well, we kind of have different views on marriage than everyone else.
I mean, with you and Brian Purdy.
Oh, no.
What are the different views on marriage? Well, who wants to and who doesn't?
Both of us don't want to.
Why?
I think it's kind of overrated.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. I'm a child of divorce, I guess.
I long for you.
Oh, my God.
How tall are you? About 5'6", 5'7", 5'8"?
5'7".
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got heels on.
Okay.
Well, sure.
So that's tall enough to model.
It's a little bit too short.
Oh.
Normally like 5'9".
You and your boyfriend live together?
Yes.
Oh, you're both in that small apartment?
Uh-huh.
Are you happy there?
Yeah.
Can he get you a promise ring?
No.
Did he buy you anything?
Yes.
Like what? What's the last thing he bought you?
A coat, I guess.
Is it like a 4-carat ring? In a half hour, I'd go get it.
I'm not a big diamond girl either.
Chop Amy's finger clean off. I don't have time to explain.
I was thinking about the finger. I just grab her by the arm and hold it out. This is yours. So, does he want to get married?
No.
Oh, you said that. Yeah. Well, you just said you had different philosophies on marriage.
I mean, than everyone else, than most people.
So you don't think you'll ever get married?
I don't know.
What about children?
Yes, I do want that. And he doesn't, which is kind of an issue.
I love children.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Gavin said you don't listen to the show.
Okay. He's a liar.
I've wanted children since I was 1.
Oh, okay.
Of them. Not everything on the air is something to be taken at face value. How many children would you like?
1.
Oh, okay.
Or 2.
I was thinking 2.
It's a match made in heaven.
Or hell.
Depending on which one of the you are.
So how are you going to get around that? Why stay in a relationship if you know he's never going to want to have kids?
It's kind of what we're going through right now, so I don't know.
So things are a little rocky.
Maybe.
Yes.
Probably shouldn't be talking about that.
You need someplace else to stay?
Yes, I'm sure your fiance would love that.
She's gone. I'll drag her out by the feet. Her clam will be full of dirt.
Quit this.
At least it'll be part of the floor clean when you come over. Where I dragged her out.
Look like you're hunting slugs.
I did not allow her a chance to dress. It made the wildest noise, dragging it across the floor. Squeak!
God!
It was like a linoleum queef.
A linoleum queef.
Squeak! Squeak! It was as if she didn't want to go. Like she was using it to suck to the floor.
God.
I'm sure you got a shot with her now.
Yeah. That mental picture's awesome.
What? I still don't get how you're going to get past the kid thing. You've been together for 2 years?
Yes.
Because I went through this like 10 years ago. She just came out. She said, I know I'm going to want to have kids in 5 years. I said, I don't know what I'm going to want in 5 years. I could lie to you so we could stay together. Or, Gavin's mic's still on.
That's exactly what is, yeah.
Yeah, what?
That's exactly what the situation is right now. But not 5 years, because I don't know when, but I just know eventually I do.
And you're mid-20s now?
26.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you looking at 30? Because that seems to be when their clocks start to go off.
30, 32. I don't want to be 40.
So another 5-6 years.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Does that work
You've had a
for you?
vasectomy.
Huh?
You've had a vasectomy.
Silence.
Sorry.
Those are reversible, and they work every time.
No, they don't.
Well, plus I've got the sperm that I saved.
You didn't save any.
Before the vasectomy?
When did you save sperm?
Before the vasectomy.
How?
I thought we covered this.
I don't remember how you saved it.
Like it's on the ice cubes at the house.
Blew on some ice cubes?
They said to freeze it.
That's not going to work.
And then when she's ready for kids, I just hand her a couple of cubes.
I'm going to do it.
Take these. Take two.
Go sit upon them.
Let my love melt. So where are you going to go after you leave this building? We only got 2.
I don't know yet.
So what is it you do here? I know they said David Henry's assistant, but what does that mean? Actually, we'll get some insight out of this because we don't know exactly what it is that he's supposed to do.
I kind of keep his head on straight. How? I don't know. I do whatever he throws at me, so.
What are some of the things he gives you to do?
Organize meetings, organize lunches. I mean,
what kind of meetings? Because so far, his job still sounds vague.
Pretty much.
Sales meetings, all sorts of stuff.
Do you ever go to any of the sales meetings with him?
Yeah, we had one this morning.
All right. What does he normally cover?
Everything that's going on with sales.
Well,
we're like the big trip for Africa, the client trip that they're planning this year.
They just came back from a trip.
Yeah,
Did they just go to the Bahamas?
Trips. Yeah, it's awesome.
They did.
They're going to Africa?
Mm-hmm. South Africa on safari.
I'm asking for a raise.
Yeah, you know what those cost a person?
Well, they're not going to take the clients that only spend like a grand a month. I'm sure it's going to be somebody like Rodney Anderson or the Frankels.
Yeah.
How many clients did they say they were going to take?
It's pretty intimate. There's only, I think, 12 couples. So
Are they
probably 10 sets of clients.
What's that got to be? 100 grand?
Oh, at least.
Did he throw out a figure?
Yeah, I'm not at liberty to discuss it.
Let me turn the mics off and tell me. Hold on. Damn it.
And you can't get a new digital board.
Yeah. Could I go through you to get stuff from David?
Yes.
See this console right here?
I might be able to work something out.
I would like a new one.
Okay.
This one is now 6 years old.
Yes.
It's antiquated. Everybody else has a digital board. I don't have one.
Though it fits you.
You mean take it out?
Yeah.
They have all digital boards at the CBS stations that fit you?
They look nicer than this.
I don't care for you.
Yeah.
So, K-Love, Moving, KRLD, what am I leaving out? We got
KVIL.
KVIL. All those brand new equipment.
Caleb just got one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb plays oldies.
Yeah, they had the oldest.
So why would you need high fidelity equipment if you play oldies?
It's just the way they do it. They replace the oldest boards, and that's the oldest one in the system. Caleb's was like literally 15, 20 years old.
They play songs.
I understand.
All you need is 3 channels. 2 to be able to mix your songs, and 1 for the spots. And you want to throw a channel in for the mic? Okay.
Yeah, they would like to talk.
So out of all the studios you've seen, this one is the crappiest one.
This is like the one I had in college, I think. Oh. I'm just kidding.
I don't believe you are.
Not really.
Have you seen the other studio? Oh.
Which one?
Is it worse?
Our auxiliary studio.
Oh, where all the other shows broadcast? Yeah, why don't you walk in there? You ever had an STD? Then don't step on the carpet.
No, I haven't been in there yet.
No. You should walk in there just as
biology experiment?
Possibly. It's like a 500 square foot petri dish.
Nice. I don't think I want to.
It's the oldest guy you ever dated.
Well, back then, I mean, it was...
Well, just separate. How many years older?
Oh, like 6.
I don't know.
7.
Has that changed?
No.
Not
yet.
Let this one go. She wants kids. You can't have them.
I can have a reversal.
And you don't want kids.
And I'm not engaged.
You are
engaged. Yes, you are.
I told you to shut up.
You're engaged and you don't want kids.
I can have a reversal.
Yes, you don't want children.
You just said yesterday you would not have a reversal.
For Amy. For my...
yeah, exactly.
What's her name?
sure.
What's her name? What's her name? Her name. Gavin!
What's my name, Russ?
Gavin, what's her name? Amber. I'll have babies for Amber. Why are you laughing, Trey? Nobody ever told me your name. They just said David's new assistant. That's all I knew. David's new assistant. Stunning. Have you seen her? I can't believe what she looks like.
She smells good, too.
Did we overspeak?
What does she smell like?
Roses?
I bet it does. What type of perfume is that?
Today,
Yeah.
it's Turquotic.
That is my favorite. Say it again. Yeah. Say it again.
Turquotic?
Yes. I don't suppose I could smell it.
Can you smell it?
No.
Or do you just want to come? I probably smell like Mystic Tan, too, which is probably not very sexy.
Love Mystic Tan. Where do you normally spray your perfume? You do it on your wrist and then do it on yourself?
Yeah, I kind of abuse it. I kind of do it everywhere.
Oh. Can I smell it?
If you would like.
Yes.
I think he wants you to come around.
Is it going to reach?
Take headphones off.
Yes, reach.
God.
Oh, my God.
Fired.
That is just...
Are you smelling? What part of me are you smelling?
Wherever it's the heaviest.
You smell here.
What, right here?
Uh-huh.
Dear sweet Jesus. Do you work out?
Off and on.
What do you weigh? 85 pounds?
Like 120?
That's a perfect body.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't mean this to be, what do they call it when you,
Chauvinist?
No.
Pathetic?
Misogynist?
Misogynistic. I don't say it to be misogynistic, but God.
Thank you.
That's just perfect. I don't think, does your boyfriend appreciate what he actually has?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because he tells me.
He said, well, what? What does he say?
He appreciates me. He shows me and he tells me.
How does he show you?
I can't get into that.
No.
He appreciated you. He wanted to have kids with you.
Yeah. And he would be pushing, especially since he knows that you don't want to get married, he should push for it just to show his love.
That's what my mom says.
Smart woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's a genius. And a beautiful baby maker. So, how long you think this relationship's going to last? Because I don't plan on living much longer.
I don't know. I hope we
That's
can
a good one.
figure something out.
Well, how are you going to get past the not wanting to have kids?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's tough.
Because someone as sweet as you should have anything that she wants.
Thank you.
Trey, knock her out. Do we need a break? Do you have any headshots or anything you can leave us with?
Not on me.
Oh. You bring me some pictures back?
Maybe.
All right.
Okay.
MySpace?
Yes.
Are you on MySpace?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Are there any beach pictures?
Yeah, actually.
Are you in a bikini?
Mm-hmm.
I've begun to dribble.
Once again.
Write it down.
Yeah, write it down. Don't give it out on the air.
I won't. It's on. Okay.
Will you stop it?
Where'd you get that necklace?
I don't know. Somewhere.
So he didn't give it to you?
Nah.
Oh, I would adorn you.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I'm not a big diamond girl.
What is it you like?
Simple stuff.
Like?
I don't know. Stuff that's not gaudy.
Well?
I don't know.
Well, help me out.
Silver stuff.
So for things that aren't gaudy.
What do you got?
Do you like Roy Clark?
You're making way, Slick.
You two will have a ton in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you like?
All kinds.
Well, all kinds your age doesn't mean anything. It's somebody my age.
It really depends on my mood.
Do you have a favorite band?
No.
Okay.
What do you listen to in the car?
Trance stuff, actually.
Trance?
Mm-hmm.
As in transcendental?
As in what?
Oh.
Like club music.
Yeah. Kind of.
Just that?
No, not just that. Alternative, rock, country, hip hop,
Oh.
everything.
Can you sing?
No.
Can you play anything?
No.
No musical instrument?
Mm-mm.
No. Would you like to be in a band?
Sure.
You're out. Let this one go. Let this one loose.
All right. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
They were right. You're very stunning.
Thank you.
Trey, knock her out.
It wasn't so bad.
It wasn't?
No.
I can make it. We need a break? Yes. All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Trey, go back out there and get the MySpace page from him. Trey just went flying out of the office, or studio, and he goes,
Can I take this?
I don't care what you take. He bring back his hand holding the page. Trey goes flying out of the studio. I gotta go look at MySpace. No, you got to me first.
Jared.
You're still wrestling over it.
Dan, did you get it?
He cocked the damn thing.
Pistol whipping! Damn it!
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. To the Russ Martin Show.
I don't want to type it in. Just send me the link to MySpace. Did you go look at it, Trey?
Oh, yeah.
He's out there kicking his feet like a 2-year-old.
Why are you kicking your feet?
She's just stunning. She has a sister, too.
She didn't mention that.
Yeah.
I gotta sign
And,
that.
of course, all her friends are hot, too.
Yeah, I think once you reach a certain level, it's impossible to hang out with a subpar friend.
I highly recommend the vacation pics.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to get the photo album. Is that her boyfriend right there?
Yeah.
What a clam.
He's young, rich, tall.
You don't know that he's rich?
Yeah.
Where are the D pictures? You gotta find the D pictures.
Click on the vacation folder.
I'm working on it. Vacations.
We're getting emails by the dozen there. People want.
No, we're not telling them.
Okay.
They're wanting the MySpace?
Yes.
Oh, here's one in a bikini. Yeah. Yeah, you can finish it, Chloe. Go ahead.
Damn it!
Yeah. She got a little tattoo right here. Right above her bikini line.
I can look.
You what?
I can look.
Gavin.
Yes.
We'll be renegotiating my contract.
What?
My contract.
I understand. We just renegotiated it.
I'd like to do it again.
Okay.
In fact, you don't even have to do it. Just make an addendum to the contract and add her to the ratings bonus.
We can't add we can't add a human being as part of a bonus.
You want me to stay?
I'll get on it.
Just every time the ratings come in, we're number one. Just go down the hall, let her know, and then drag her down here.
It's Ratings Thursday. Come here.
Russ was number one again. You have your choice. Either the pan of love Or breathe into this.
Results the same. Your choice.
That is just I'm going to have to go home and deep fry Amy.
Stop it. Amy's very lovely.
It ain't this. Look at that.
She's... Damn.
Look at those.
Stop!
Well, she's actually got striations in her obliques.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it worse, Dan.
I'm just saying.
There's a boyfriend with his spiked hair. Sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
What a fool. Let's see what else we got. Oh, here's a close-up one of her boobs. I thought you didn't want to look.
I've changed my mind. My life is ruined.
Obviously, everybody's found her on the internet because now MySpace won't load. Back up and try it again. Yeah. Ordering food by the pool. Look at those.
Oh.
Look here.
Oh.
See through the bikini?
Oh. Yeah.
2 little points of light. Why would he not beg her especially if you know she's going to say no, beg her every day to get married?
Because they've obviously got the talking to do. Neither one of them want to get married. They love each other. They're living together.
They're living in a little asshole apartment.
Well, some of those uptown places are expensive, even the small ones.
It doesn't make any difference how much it is.
What do you mean it doesn't make any difference how much money it is?
It's still small.
Well, some people don't need 9, 10, 15,000 square feet.
Well, then I've got nothing to compete with. If she's not what's the word?
Monetarily.
Money grabber.
Where they want a lot of... If she's not materialistic,
Yeah.
then I can't compete with the Spike Man.
No, you can't.
God, and they live in a small apartment, and they probably just stayed naked all the time and just do it. F.
Gavin.
Yes.
Come catch my Spike.
Oh.
Here's another one in the bikini.
Honey, it's Sunday. I don't feel like getting dressed today.
Laying by the pool. I don't know where they are, but obviously it was someplace near the Antarctic. Tell through her bikini.
Right.
I knew it was a bad idea to bring her in here.
Well, she's ruined life for everyone.
Oh, there's another picture of her, dressed up.
Where's that? Where is it? Which album?
Go up.
I'm not looking at this birthday party thing with the kids. Where?
Try that top right.
Well, what is this one that says bathroom pictures?
Oh, God.
I wonder if she's on the commode.
Here we go.
No. It's a bunch of chicks in the bathroom. Hooters girls. Who's this one? Did you look at that one?
Oh, yeah.
Cleavage. Cleavage leads to nipples. Is that her sister? No?
I don't think so.
No.
Go to the one that says My Pics. Has a bar open sign.
MySpace is obviously everybody's on MySpace trying to find her because the website's locking up. Writing it off. Which one?
The one that says bar open.
Right here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That second one.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what she's wearing, but it's pushing her boobs up.
Yeah.
And they're perfect.
Yes. For what she say? 5'7", blonde, perfect body, perfect face, nice teeth, little adorable nose, and a jackass that don't want to marry her or have babies. What a fool. Any more that I want to look at?
You can scroll down. I think that one on the left right there is one of her and her sister.
This one? Phooey. Hand me a napkin.
Are we going to do anything else today?
No.
Yeah, don't get into the pictures where...
I just closed it.
She's drunk and fake kissing girls and...
I just closed the browser. Send me the link later. I don't want to do nothing else.
Well, we have lots of things to do today.
The fire-breathing guy's here.
Oh. Bring it in. And hurry up.
It's like anything else happens today. We just won $30 million in the lottery. Bring it in.
Can I just direct deposit it so I don't have to look at it?
Are you going to help me with her?
You ever burnt yourself doing this?
Yes, I have.
Badly?
No.
Which part did you burn?
My hand.
No.
Why would a guy that breathes fire have a goatee?
Maybe he used to have a beard.
Yeah, it used to be longer.
How did you burn your hand?
Actually, I was trained to use a bottle to blow onto the fire, but I decided I was going to step it up a notch and catch my fingers on fire and then blow the 151 onto it.
Okay, you were getting cute.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So is this something I can learn or not?
Oh, yeah. I teach people to do it every day.
I was thinking about doing this at the White Trash Party.
Okay. How long does it take to learn, and how long till you're good enough not to burn yourself?
You can knock it out in a day.
See?
Okay.
What is it you use?
I use 151. I'll show you here.
Let's go with what's the worst thing you've ever seen happen to somebody doing this. Worst case scenario.
Somebody open that so he doesn't stop every time JD distracts him.
The worst thing I've ever seen is just catching like bar products on fire on the bar, like napkins. Cause we blow it onto the bar. And
how big of a flame do you shoot out?
It really depends on how much 151 you use.
Keep moving even though you're talking.
All right, no problem. So you
stop asking questions.
All right, so what are the two things you brought?
All right, I brought a bottle of 151 and a bottle of Miller Lite, empty bottle of Miller Lite. What I do is I'll take the beverage napkins.
Okay.
About 4 or 5 of them, fan them out. The bigger the flame that you blow onto is going to be bigger the flame that comes out of the whole ordeal.
I got it.
So you want to get a kind of a fan.
The bigger the source, the bigger the flame.
All right.
That's right. So,
okay, so why are you sticking the napkins in the beer bottle?
Yes, sir.
That's going to be your flame.
Of course.
Got it. All right.
And like I said, the longer the bottle, the safer you are from blowing the 151 on your hands.
All right. So, since we have no idea who you are, Chloe, go and fetch me the fire extinguisher.
Yes, smart man. I do have a wet towel here I use also.
Well, that will certainly put this entire room out.
Yes.
Thank you. Safety.
Yes, always first. With us.
All right. Did you already put some 151 in the beer bottle?
No, actually, I just doused the napkin with it, but I was going to wait until you gave me to go ahead to do that. So,
maybe wait till Chloe gets back.
Okay.
You're going to do this at what portion in the show, or just somewhere?
Figure while the band's playing.
Okay.
Between one of the songs.
It'd be very cool.
Now, is there any risk of burning your mouth?
Yes, if you don't blow hard enough, but I mean, you would have to. Your senses are heightened because you know you're dealing with something dangerous, so you're going to blow hard.
Okay.
I mean, it's just natural to blow.
You set, Chloe? All right, just wait. All right. What's your name?
My name's Keith.
Do you do this professionally?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's the name of your company?
Chaucer's.
What is it?
Chaucer's in Addison. We have one in Frisco and downtown coming soon. So.
What? Is that a restaurant?
Yes, sir. It's a Japanese restaurant and sushi bar. And then we have a nightclub at night, DJs Tuesday through Saturday.
And do you blow fire there?
Yes, sir. We have 2 different shots, happy ending shot. And
seems like that would scare the Japanese. How much do you weigh?
I weigh about 350.
That would scare them.
Well,
especially if you started stomping on little buildings.
The Godzilla.
All right. Anytime you're ready.
All right, here we go. I don't want to catch anything on fire. I'll just do a little one here. I'm going to shoot that way.
All right.
So I don't catch, because paper products are flammable.
We're okay.
All right. Find my lighter.
Damn it.
I got one.
Okay, thanks, sir. All right, guys, this is just a little demonstration. I don't want to go too much.
All right, good. All right, so you lit the paper towels on fire.
Yes, sir.
Now you're taking a swig of the 151. Mm-hmm. Don't set my TV on fire there. Thank you. Ow! Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Well, and that over the way that Chloe was showing me how to do it.
Makes a lot more sense.
Chloe, what were you using?
Lamp fuel.
Yeah.
Lamp fuel in his mouth.
Well, the 151 is actually meant to be ingested, but I don't see how people ingest it. But it's meant to be ingested, so it's a little bit safer, I think.
Have you ever heard of anybody else using lamp fuel or anything other than something that you could swallow?
Only on the Russ Martin Show.
Oh. Chloe, who was it that told you to use lamp fuel?
Another fire breather. That's what she uses.
The same stuff you put in a tiki torch?
Yeah.
All right.
That has to be toxic.
All right, so if I did it, I do what? How much Bacardi did you put in your mouth?
That was probably just about an ounce. I mean, when I do it at work, I mean, I fill my mouth up with it because I want a big show. So I fill it up. The key is, number one, is getting used to the 151 in your mouth because it is very strong and it'll burn your mouth while you're holding it in there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you have the other key is to make sure when you're holding that bottle, you don't blow onto your hand. Because you blow it, you could use a longer bottle, like a Galliano bottle or something like that, something that's long.
Got it.
To keep your hand away from the radius.
Trey, what's the matter with you?
Nothing.
You look like you were about to faint.
No.
Oh.
I think you could do it pretty easy.
Am I ready to try, or you need to show me again? You want to tell me something else?
Well, what I would do is maybe practice with some water. You need to get that, if you can blow like a mist, like bug spray.
All right. Can I practice with Fresca?
Sure, why not?
All right, in about an ounce.
About an ounce, just a little bit. That's very good. That's the spray. That is the spray you need.
All right.
Now what I would do is take a little bit inside of the 151 and hold it in your mouth for a little bit just to test, and so you know what you're expecting, you know what's going to come.
All right, let me see the ball. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, what I would do now is if you can handle that 151 in there, and now what I would do is blow just like you did with the Fresca.
You know what? That does burn your tongue. I mean, it's not that more devastating than keeping Jack in your mouth.
Well, 151, I mean, just that alone, it's got to be something in the fact that's going to irritate and burn your mouth.
Now, what I would do is take one more shot and this time spit it out like you did the Fresca. That way you know you can, because it's a little bit different.
All right. Still, again, a small amount.
Yes, sir. That was a good mist. Now, when you blow, you probably want to take a little bit more than that.
Why?
Well, actually, because the mist that you just sprayed out probably wouldn't have done much as far as blowing the fire.
How?
So, the key is to keep practicing and get as much in your mouth as possible and still be able to make that mist when you spit.
Do I try this or not?
Any word on when he should keep his lips closed? You blow and then make sure you close your lips so you don't suck fire back in.
It's really about the power of which you exhale with. I mean, you got to get it out of there fast and quick.
But if you breathe back, there's a chance of the fire going back in your mouth.
Yeah.
Well, how's it going to do that? Because you've already spit everything out.
I just think the vapors or whatever.
It's pretty because
can the flame travel back to your mouth?
It doesn't happen because the 151, the flash point is so low. It's not like kerosene or lamp fuel. The flash point is so low that it takes a little bit longer for it to catch.
Okay.
And then it doesn't travel as much as gas or kerosene. So
don't want to do that?
I think you are. I think you're all right. I like to hear because the ignition point is an arm length away.
Yeah, how far were you holding the flame out?
I was about like right here.
All right, so a couple of feet out.
Yes, sir.
And you make sure you don't blow in your hand.
Exactly.
I don't know if I'm good enough to keep the spray that narrow.
You can do it.
How do you know?
You can even cover, hold the bottle like this, and take this towel, cover your hand or wear a glove.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Cover your hand.
All right, let's try it. Okay. How long before we need a break?
4 minutes.
Just enough time for station 47 to get here. Okay. What do you need?
Okay, let me get you set up here.
Dan, give me your lighter. Here's the flamethrower. Didn't bring one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a smoker too. Wouldn't you think I'd have one?
Okay, we're set.
All right.
Chuck, perhaps some music? Unless it's bothering you?
Okay, Russ, I'm going to go ahead and douse this down for you here a little bit.
All right.
Okay, so that's ready for you. And here's a towel.
All right.
And 151.
You really think I should take in a little more?
Just a little bit more. I'd say, because that was just a real small amount you used last time. Or what came out anyway.
Okay.
Make sure after you get the 151 in your mouth, wipe your face off. Just for safety.
Okay.
Wait,
why?
I thought you liked the bottle first.
So I light the bottle first?
Yeah, I'm just sitting there being...
Somebody pay attention.
Okay. All right. Yeah, grab the bottle. Sorry. Grab the bottle. That Miller Lite bottle. Go ahead and light it.
All right.
All right, now get the 151 in there. Hold the bottle to the side. All right, go for it. That was almost. Try it one more time. Get some more 151. Take a little bit more in this time. There you go. You're getting it. Get some more.
I'm going to get it. Burn my tongue. Put your take out.
You got it.
Good.
You got it.
That'll burn the out of your tongue. Try to put that in your mouth just for a second. I didn't swallow any of it. I already got a buzz.
That's his excuse I use at work to get drunk. So I had to blow a lot of 151.
Still got it in there?
Mm-hmm.
It actually numbs the inside of your mouth.
Yep.
Then you go through 2 or 3 of those. How do you just get used to that?
Yeah, you do. It'll. I've had bartenders that do this. You know, I had one bartender that blew the 32 times in one night, and he said he could feel the skin coming off the inside of his mouth. Yeah. But you wake up the next day, it's fine. So.
I'd be afraid to drink. Doesn't David Stone in production? Isn't that what he drinks?
Yes.
I'm drinking 80, 90 proof. Has got to be bad enough on the lining of your stomach. I can fathom what that does.
Well, I'm sure you don't drink it straight.
I don't think it matters what you mix it with. You can drink that with a cinder block and it's still going to eat your lining out.
We actually red flag customers when they come in. We tell our bartenders and our waitresses, if somebody orders 151, they order more than one shot of 151, and we
they don't get anything else.
That's right.
No. All right. Maybe we'll practice a couple more times during a break. You want a break here?
Yes.
All right. We'll be back then.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Far and away, the most listened to afternoon show. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Hi, Gail.
Hi.
What do you got?
I've got Carter Eye Center. And in McKinney, that wreck involving the semi is still there. There was a fuel spill, too, on northbound 75 at Virginia. Only the shoulder is getting through. Traffic is backed up into Plano. Just cleared the wreck on westbound LBJ past Marsh Lane. It's heavy from 75 Central. On southbound 67 at Hampton Road, you got a crash in the HOV lane and a backup to Ledbetter. Also in Irving on northbound Loop 12 Walton Walker. At Shady Grove, there's a wreck in that left lane. It's heavy from I-30. On southbound Walton Walker at 183, you've got a problem over on the shoulder and some police activity to go with it. In Arlington, southbound 360 ramp to I-20 westbound, there's a wreck, and traffic's backed up to Mayfield Road. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Gail. Should be 50 for the low tonight, some showers tomorrow, but warmer, beautiful. 80 for the high, then almost 90 by Friday. It's 77 now and live 105.3.
What was it, everything that Outrageous Adventures set up outside?
There is a pitching simulator where you wind up and throw a baseball. You
throw it at what?
Throw it at it's kind of a picture of a guy crouched down with a glove, and it's a hole. The ball goes through and catches caught in the net if you do it right.
All right.
There is a deer hunting deal where it's a big deer, and the darts you shoot at it stick on the deer if you hit it correctly.
Okay.
There is a strength tester where you swing the big mallet and not shoots the thing up in the air.
Not like the one David Henry did?
No. This is a little different. Slightly different.
The hit the thing, ring the bell.
Correct. And there is a fishing simulator, which is a plasma television, which you can't really see because it's sunny outside. And
I told Gavin, pick out things, because this has nothing to do with them. Pick out things that are going to sound interesting on the air, and especially anything that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So Gavin told him to bring the fishing simulator.
Apparently the fishing simulator. Well, you could probably maybe catch a shark.
How much audio is going to come out of that?
None.
Maybe we take this strength tester and slam Gavin's head on the bottom to see if we can get the thing to go up.
That's very possible.
And what was it, the deer one?
It's just a deer, painting of a deer on a large canvas, and in the middle of the deer, if you hit right in the center, the darts stick.
What kind of darts?
They're little, just little plastic darts about 6 inches long that have Velcro.
Do they shoot?
There's like a bow and arrow type setup.
We use Gavin?
To ram the deer or shoot at them?
You mean ram the deer? You mean mount it? I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean shoot the darts at Gavin?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
How fast do they come out?
Medium speed. Pretty fast.
Would it hurt?
They could.
All right, we'll try that then.
All right.
How long before they got to break the stuff down? Because I just wanted to see some of the things that they're going to bring out for White Trash Party.
I think that you've got to run a show if you want it. The guy that's been here, he's been here all day. They told him, stay until Russ is done with you.
Oh. Okay. Well, perhaps we'll do some news first. You ready, Dan?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to ask you real quick. I meant to ask you earlier when David Henry's new assistant was in here. You were looking at the photos that she reminded you of from Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah.
Did you want to update your fantasy hump list and add that girl?
Which one?
Either one.
Yeah, I want to add Amber. Okay.
That one's going to be a fantasy.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily. She doesn't like older guys. She's happy with her boyfriend.
Maybe all older guys that she's met have been the normal 46, 47-year-old guy you see at the Walmart.
Possibly so. Maybe it's not a dynamic, charming gentleman like you who hunched your shoulders over and went, I'm dribbling.
I did it with an accent.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, that's why I'm always
the sidekick.
I know. That's it. Exactly. I never had quite your talent.
Plus, I'm on the air. I've got to be a little more crass on the air than I would be in normal life.
She has no interest in you whatsoever.
You don't know that.
Yes, I think.
She came in the studio.
What was told to by her boss?
What was going to be? No, they asked her. What was going to be in it for her?
I don't know. She was afraid, and she said she had a good time.
I do think the clam across the linoleum, though, I think that might have grossed her just a hair.
You're talking about dragging Amy out naked out of your house to make room for her, and she was dragging her clam across the floor. What was the noise she was making?
It was like a little squeak. Yeah, squeak. Like a linoleum queef.
I understand. Trying to hold on to the linoleum, not to be thrown out of your house naked.
I don't ever want to see Amy and Amber together. Because I will. I'll deep fry Amy.
No, you won't. You love her. You don't know this girl, Amber. She may be a total whack job.
Gavin says she's very sweet.
She does seem sweet.
He said she's not materialistic, which, again, gives me absolutely nothing to compete with.
Nothing.
Because if you can't give her anything or show off, then I got nothing. I got dick.
They live in a little apartment, and she likes it. He drives 2 cars. One's a Porsche.
What was the other one?
AMG Mercedes.
I don't know what those look like.
That's what we saw. So.
The compressor?
Yeah.
Is that the way you say it, or is it compressor?
They make a couple models of the AMG, so it depends. One of them is the compressor. The other one is like a sedan that's $130,000.
Wow. What is the one that he's driving?
I don't know. She didn't say which one.
What? Everybody's not into cars and big houses.
There's got to be something that I have to woo her.
No.
God, why didn't her boyfriend knock her up, or at least say you will in 5 years? Good.
Yeah, go ahead and promise. Yeah, if that's a stumbling block right now, she wants to have kids at a certain time and he doesn't want to, you can't get past that. I love the babies.
She listens enough to know you've had a vasectomy, you don't love babies.
Yes.
You don't know. Oh, jeez.
I love the babies.
You hate children.
I will do my gopher fertility dance.
I wish you'd done that for her.
I shake up my sperm.
Oh, God. Please stop that. That's embarrassing. Nobody loves us.
I would very much like to ride her with no protection. To ride her au gratin.
I see.
I think my music is ended. Good. No.
Lucky us.
There. No, that bitch fed us. See if I have more. Yes. I will play this for her. My smooth jazz.
The gopher dance with...
I'll change from the gopher outfit to something a little more exotic.
With hemorrhoids.
Like a ferret. I will do the ferret dance.
That's very good. Very nice.
While I make love to her with no protection, as we make love au gratin.
Like the babies that you love so
My
much.
Chico stick will have no wrapping. Plus, my Chico stick is much clean.
Yes.
I clean it daily with my goat soap.
Wow. I watched for her on the camera. She's running down the hall.
That is my soap. Formed to simulate a Punero goat's happy hole.
Go on, please.
Would you like to see the way that I clean it?
Yes, certainly.
Like this.
Let me look. Oh, I see. Very much like you're doing, goat, but still keeping the dance alive.
That's just disturbing.
I know. That's what I found during the break to be. Because she's ruined our lives.
Why? Just seeing her was going to be... It's like I said, around Christmas time, I'll drive to the really nice neighborhoods, I look at the lights, and you go back home, and you don't even go through the door.
Oh, you're insane. You're insane. There's always going to be a bigger house. There's always going to be more cars somewhere.
I know, but I stopped doing that at Christmas. I usually go back home, and it's depressing. And now, after seeing Amber, David Henry's assistant, I don't want to go home to my asshole woman.
Not an asshole woman, you know it. She's very beautiful. Young, lovely, and
she's not
you.
as hot. Well,
Amber may not love you.
We just met.
She's got a boyfriend, has no interest whatsoever in you.
I haven't played the smooth jazz.
I understand. Maybe that'll do the key. That'll do it. And you'll dribble on her.
Maybe I should have pointed out that because that was I was aroused, I was dribbling, and not because I'm 48.
I think she wasn't. I don't think she cares. Was she 20?
27.
26.
I dribble because I choose it. You ready, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay. To do a legal ID?
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
Goat soap.
And the what?
Goats.
Oh. 5:15, Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Wednesday, March 12th, 2008. Birthdays today. Daryl Strawberry turns 46. Steve Harris from Iron Maiden is 52. Ron Jeremy, 55. James Taylor turns 60. Liza Minnelli turns 62. Al Jarreau turns...
Oh, James Taylor was dead.
No.
Well, somebody just died.
It wasn't James Taylor.
They're a musician that was relatively young that just died. I mean, somebody like in their 50s.
I'm thinking of, is it Jeff Healey?
No. Somebody before that. Never mind.
Dave Clark 5 guy died.
Who?
The Dave Clark 5 guy.
All of them?
No, just the lead singer.
Oh, that's too bad. There goes Amber down the hall.
Yes.
We use the PA. Amber, come to me.
That was a great laugh.
Was that her or Gavin?
That was you. That was her, I believe.
Was that you, Gavin?
No, I don't sound like that. That was her.
Did she say anything about me after the break? I mean, after she was in the studio?
She thought it was fun, and she said it wasn't that bad.
God. Yeah, you're in.
Well, hang on. It wasn't that bad because she thought I was going to be more crass?
Absolutely.
All right.
No, she thought you were very nice. She thought it was cool.
Can we work her into my bonus?
Russ, no, we can't work human beings into your bonus.
Ask her. Or just don't tell her. So every time the ratings come out, go down the hall with a pan. I am here with the pan of love.
Quit it yourself.
I can't do that, unfortunately.
All right.
You understand?
No, I don't.
Oh, come on.
Did she say how long she's been in this little battle with her boyfriend?
No. No, she just told me she's been dating him for 2 years.
I don't know how you get past that.
Maybe, I was thinking it this way. 18 months, I used to turn girls about every 18 months. Maybe he, in the beginning, said, yeah, babies, love them. My family's full of kids. And then,
my family's full of people.
And now by 18 months in, he's maybe getting a little tired of it and going, but the only way I get rid of her
is if I say, I don't want to have kids.
I decided it's finally come to me. I never want to have children. Because he knows that's a deal breaker.
So he's done with her.
Very possibly. At the 2-year point, when you're still young and you got money and you good looks and you tall like he is, you turn him about every 18 months.
I'd make babies with her.
Yeah.
But if he's...
I'd make babies with her with Trey.
I would ask how that works, but you might tell me. I'm not going to ask.
Yeah. She lays in the middle.
Yeah.
One's on top, one on the bottom.
I see.
Nice little hamburger sandwich.
Quit with the voice. You're ooking me.
I would actually perform something gay to get to her.
Yeah. I'd love to argue with you. I can't. And you want to whip it out. If you promise me that I get that.
Why don't you go ahead and do it and maybe I'll...
No. It has to be...
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Also birthdays today. Liza Minnelli turns 62. Al Jarreau is 68. And Barbara Feldon turns
76. 76?
Yeah, 76.
All right.
And also news is brought to us by Baby Dolls, where the White Trash After Party will be. I'll be hosting that. That's after the White Trash Party.
I didn't know we were having an after party. Anybody ask me about anything? The White Trash Party is my event. Why wouldn't you ask me about a pre or is there a pre-party?
I don't know about a pre-party.
Oh, are you doing one?
Nope.
Gavin, why are we having an after party that I don't know about?
Well, it's just basically an appearance. It's a party after a party.
But the White Trash Party is mine. So why wouldn't you ask me about having an after party?
That even asked Dan, and he's hosting it. The sales guy walked by Dan the other day and goes, oh, by the way, you're hosting the after party.
Isn't that the second time this has happened? Somebody, sales just went, you're doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Gavin, do I need to go upstairs and talk to sales, or you want to do it?
I didn't know about that. I spoke to them about that subject.
You know what? Here's the other thing. Why are salespeople talking to the staff?
They're not supposed to at all.
All right, Dan, how did you find out about this?
Yesterday when the salesperson walked by and said, hey, you're hosting an after party.
All right. Do you want me to go take care of this? Because obviously whoever you've talked to hasn't handled it. They're not supposed to bother anybody on the show during the show.
And I talked to everyone about that in a staff meeting.
Okay.
They're not supposed to talk to people.
Was there somebody that didn't make that meeting?
No, I don't understand why they did that. So I know of the person, and some penalties will be put in place.
Why don't you just bring me Amber and we'll square it?
No.
Bring me Amber.
I would if I could, but I can't.
I'll do the dance of the gopher.
It's very attractive.
All right, yeah, if you'd visit with sales about that again, because if it happens again, I'll go talk to them.
I completely agree with you.
All right. Thank you. You've been very helpful, and I'm very appreciative of your support. Thank you for being there.
Give me stomach
Give him stomach acid because you're being too nice.
That makes no sense.
The longer you do it, the more we'll be used to it. But for now, we're all just waiting for the explosion, and we know we're all going to get lava on us. No matter who does it.
You guys are having fits because I'm screaming during breaks when things go belly up for stupid mistakes. If it's something I did, I'll just scream at myself. But if you guys are making boneheaded moves, then you're going to get screamed at. You didn't like that. So I stopped. Because I don't want my legacy to be tied in like Ron Chapman's, where he screams at everybody for any reason all the time.
Yes.
So I've decided to just kind of level things out. And I get a voicemail from Trey last night screaming at me, saying he can't stand it.
I know.
Because I'm not screaming at him.
We've all talked about it off the air.
I know that you guys have conversations about me.
No, this is just a general. When you change, when somebody in the group dramatically changes from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum.
I don't believe I enjoy the intonation.
You've dramatically changed. So anyway, when something changes, everybody kind of goes, is it me or something different? And everybody goes, something different. Well, I wonder what's happening. Maybe he changed medications. Maybe he's on drugs. I don't know. Something's changed. We all agree. Oh, here he comes.
Trey, anything? What is it I can do? Because you didn't like the screaming. That always made you nervous. Then you'd lock up. And the compassion and the appreciation for the hard work that you do. I even sent that an email today.
It's just...
Yeah.
And I forgot what it was.
I cherish you all.
Yes. And Trey sends an email back that says, I'll take one for the team and I'll shoot myself.
Let's get this over with.
You don't like the letters of appreciation?
I don't know. Because it's just... It's very unsettling. You've been nice. You've actually said compliments. Nice email. You're not yelling.
What's wrong to cherish the people that you're surrounded by?
You don't cherish anything.
I said I did. I'm acting like I do. Yeah. I'm trying my best.
The one thing I think you would cherish right now is Amber.
I would rather stay.
Nice way to redirect.
In fact, I would eat relish. I would eat anything that came out of that, no matter how she feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
not enough fight about, too much fight about, I don't care.
Open last night.
Open this spigot. Dan, you want to help a brother out? Read the news?
Southwest Airlines grounded 41 planes Tuesday night as it deals with fallout from using aircraft that had not been inspected for possible structural damage. Spokeswoman Chris, are you guys done? I'm trying to help a brother out. Spokeswoman Christy Day said the move resulted in some flights being canceled Wednesday, but she doesn't have a precise figure. The planes are being taken to the closest maintenance facility. The move comes as Southwest faces a $10.2 million civil penalty for continuing to fly nearly 50 planes after the airline admitted that it had missed required inspections of the planes for structural cracks.
What was the email that we got that said JD was an idiot?
This one, basically, it comes with that headline, Southwest grounded 41 planes. It says, once again, JD shows that he has no idea about aviation. Tell him to stop acting like he does. Those of us who are real pilots are tired of the JD rambling. And by the way...
Well, hang on. Why is JD an idiot about this? Do you understand or not?
No, I'm lost. I never said the inspections were done. Southwest has come out and said they weren't done. Clearly, they grounded the planes. That's all I said. So,
well, let me see the email. It's the story. Southwest Airlines grounded 41 planes overnight in the wake of a recent admission that it had missed required inspections of some planes for structural cracks. And the guy says, tell him to stop acting like he knows about aviation. Those of us who are real pilots are tired of the JD rambling. By the way, when you guys coming out of the closet? I can answer the last one. Yeah, you never said that Southwest didn't deserve to be penalized.
No, they agree they screwed up, but it's basically as it comes out, it turns out that the person...
Now, I didn't realize that it was 41 planes.
Yeah.
Why that many that are grounded? I thought only maybe that's what he's talking about, because you said it was only a few that showed some structure.
No, the other day I thought it was 51, actually.
Oh. I thought it was
50
under
planes.
10.
I thought the initial inspection, they inspected like 46, and they found 6 with some...
That's where I got the number under 10.
Yeah, but then what they did last night was they pulled 41 back out of service to reinspect, make everybody happy. What's coming out of this is there's an FAA person that's assigned to, let's say, it's just Southwest maintenance.
And they have a relationship, and then maybe they overlook things from time to time because you build a relationship with Southwest.
Basically.
Just like when the record reps would come in with the new songs each week for the music station. They'd build a relationship with you. Yes. They'd send you to New York. You'd go to different trips or whatever. And then sometimes things would just kind of slip past you and get on the air and get played 8,000, 9,000 times.
No, never. That didn't happen then, and this is not happening with Southwest. And Southwest has suspended 3 people, so clearly it's serious. But a lot of these are redundant checks. Basically, what this check talk is about, it's about 90 minutes. These jets that are going to be out today are going to be out. The full test is about an hour to 90 minutes, so it's not a deep.
Well, that's an hour and a half a plane, and when you got 40 planes on the ground, that's a long time.
It's a long time, but I'm saying it's not like it's what they call C check, where they pull the whole plane apart and completely rebuild it. It's a simple, basic check. Was it done?
It's almost like the inspection that you would get when you go in for a state inspection for your car. Just kind of a cursory check to make sure that nothing's falling off.
Exactly.
What is it, Trey?
Do they do like X-rays to see if the metal is fractured?
They do in C-check. When they pull it completely apart, everything is micromanaged and looked at. Every single blade in the turbines are pulled apart and X-rayed.
All right.
Non-invasively, obviously.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Dallas police say a 27-year-old woman threw 2 of her children from the Jim Miller Road overpass into rush hour traffic on I-30 this morning. I
didn't know it was rush hour traffic. Didn't that happen yesterday?
I thought it happened this morning.
Yeah, it was this morning.
The one that threw the kids off the overpass?
Yeah, that was this morning.
Oh. How the hell did the cars miss these kids during the rush hour traffic?
I don't know.
Well,
and they say rush hour, but it wasn't, I don't think, like 8 a.m. Otherwise,
yeah. What's the rest of the story, son?
It says she then herself leaped 22 feet to the pavement below. The boys, ages 6 and 8, were rushed to Children's Medical Center for treatment. The 8-year-old is in critical condition, and the 6-year-old is actually in good condition. Investigators said the woman, identified as Candy Busby of Dallas, stormed out of a car parked at a nearby gas station with the children in tow just before throwing them over the railing of the bridge. The woman was taken to Baylor University Medical Center, where she was reported in critical condition. And police said 2 hours after the incident, 2 lanes of I-30 were still blocked to traffic.
All right.
I believe the story read that the mother and the 8-year-old did get hit by cars. That's where they're...
Well, one kid's in critical condition and the other one's stable?
Yes, good condition, actually.
Oh, all right. Okay, go ahead.
On February 24th, 22-year-old Nikki Ramirez was at a self-serve car wash in Orlando, Florida. When her 2-year-old daughter began throwing a temper tantrum, Nikki's friend, who was with her, pulled the little girl out of the car. Then,
didn't we already talk about this?
No.
We had it out yesterday as news, but we didn't get to it.
No. We can skip that one. That's a couple of days old now.
That video is just disturbing.
Well, I didn't watch the entire video. I didn't go online to watch it. I just saw the snippet on CNN. I'm not defending the mother, but you don't know if she had the entire nozzle pulled back or if it was that dribble stuff that comes out like I had much over
I
here.
understand the dribble.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. When the wand was away from the child, it was a full blast. So if she reduced it, she did it only when she put it toward the child. And she put it almost on the child's skin.
Well, then the kid probably would have shown something more than the injuries they did.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and read the story, Dan, unless you threw it away.
No, I still have it here.
Go ahead.
Pulled a little girl out of the car. Nikki sprayed her own daughter with a high-powered pressure washer in the head, face, and chest. Surveillance cameras caught the whole thing on tape, and the video started making the rounds on the news and, of course, the internet. Last Thursday, after Nikki saw the tape on the news, she turned herself into police, but according to Nikki, the whole thing's been blown way out of proportion. She says she was just using the water hose to calm down her daughter. She also points out that a nurse examined the girl and couldn't find any evidence of any injuries. Of course, since it had been 11 days since the girl had been sprayed, the nurse says any redness, welts, or bruising could have already gone away. And I
would think if she held it that close and at full power, that it's actually going to peel the skin away.
Would have cut some skin.
So you're going to show something. Again, I'm not saying either way.
No, she's making the rounds now on the TV news shows with her.
The chick with the daughter?
With her attorney. I have some audio. She's saying she's a great mom, actually. She's also 5 months pregnant, by the way. Or 5 months.
All right, what cut?
35. This is Nukia Ramirez in Orlando, Florida.
I'm a great mother. I love my daughter to death, and I will never harm my daughter. And people can be judging without knowing what really happened.
I just like to clean her.
And the next one's her attorney saying, well, she didn't spank the kid.
It's like saying there's a chick that threw the kids off the overpass. At least there was no webs on that ass.
Didn't get spanked.
We would agree that it was wrong. I don't think that she at this time believes that her decision to wet the child down was a correct decision. I think that this is a single mom who's pregnant, whose child had a temper tantrum, and she just...
Don't try to go back and justify this, because that's what she's doing. You got a single mom who's under a lot of pressure. She's now, why are you pregnant again being a single mom?
I was waiting for you to snap on that one.
And how does that come into play? She takes her kid to the car wash and gives her a snoot full of water. Saying a single mom has no bearing on this. Saying it's a woman, man, again, no play.
She wants you to feel sorry for her.
I feel sorry for the kid.
Stress.
Plus, whether she hit that kid with a full blast or not, that kid doesn't know what she's going to get.
Right. I think it lasted a good 30, 45 seconds.
Oh, was it that long?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if she
wet her down, and then she'd scream at her, then she'd spray her again, then she'd spray her feet, then she'd spray her in the face. She'd pull it away, and she'd talk to her. She did it again.
How close was the end of the wand to the kid?
At one point, the nozzle was right on the kid's on the front chest.
Yeah, you couldn't be using that full power. Yeah, it would peel the skin out.
It would off.
It's a correct decision. I think that this is a single mom who's pregnant, whose child had a temper tantrum, and...
Single and pregnant. Again, I don't get it. Why?
How does that play?
Yeah, how does that justify what she did?
Whether the husband's at home and she's not pregnant, it makes no difference what she did.
Yeah. Well, you have an ostrich. It's like it's as absurd as bringing something else into it. You have an ostrich that had just had a bad day in traffic. I couldn't find no place to go.
She decided that instead of spanking the child,
I would hit her with a high-powered hose. So again, she didn't spank the child.
She didn't spank her. There's no welts.
I just like to wash my children. I didn't use no hot wax. No. Well, maybe for a while. But she stopped beating up. Stop it.
Correct decision. I think that this is a single mom who's pregnant, whose child had a temper tantrum.
This is a chick I want to take back into the car wash.
She decided that instead of spanking the child, she would hose the child down. Perhaps not the best decision, and she recognizes that now. And she'll be taking parenting classes. She's doing things to make sure that she has...
All right, now I gotta have special education to tell me not to use a high-powered nozzle on a human being.
Yes.
They need to take that kid away from her, and as soon as that other one pops out, that one needs to be taken away from her as well.
She'll get them both. She'll keep them.
As other alternatives than what she did.
obviously she's got an attorney. She's making the talk shows. She's trying to defend herself.
Where'd she get the cash for an attorney? She's a single mom.
I would imagine this is such a kind of high-profile thing and it's popped up. This probably attorney's thinking, I'll latch onto this.
Well, that's not going to do anything for her image. You're on there defending somebody that's abusing a child. What's your spin on this? It's going to make you look like an agency a law firm I want to deal with.
Maybe it's a public attorney. I have no idea.
She hasn't been charged with anything, so you're not going to get an attorney yet, as far as a public defender.
Good question.
She may have her dad, family money. Someone said, go ahead and get an attorney, try to spin out of this as best you can.
Maybe she's charging to go on the talk shows.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right.
Need a break here? Yes. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Ferraro hadn't been on the Hillary campaign, and the Obama people wouldn't have addressed whatever it was Geraldine Ferraro said.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. They would have done kind of the same thing when Joe Biden made his remarks.
Is that the one with the 7-Elevens?
Oh, yeah, but that's the one where they made it sound like Obama should be in the Smithsonian for being...
Oh, yeah, because he said he was a clean guy, and a guy who was well-spoken. And what was the actual quote from Geraldine Ferraro? Because she was just on NBC Nightly News. And it sounds like the Obama campaign makes it sound like she dropped the N-word.
In an interview late last week with the Daily Breeze, she said, quote, if Obama was a white man, he would not be in this position. And if he was a woman, he would not be in this position. He happens to be very lucky to be who he is, and the country is caught up in the concept.
Now, what she said on the NBC Nightly News was, this is a historic election because you got a chick, a black guy. All right?
How is that offensive to anybody? It is historic because for the two reasons.
Yeah. If you've got somebody that's black and you've got somebody that's female and they're both running for president, that's the first time this has happened. Geraldine Ferraro ran for vice president. Who'd she run with?
Mondale.
Mondale? What else? What's the rest of the story say, Dan?
That was down with the original quote. This on CNN, Geraldine Ferraro defended her controversial comment that Barack Obama's campaign was successful because he was black, telling an interviewer on Tuesday that she was being attacked because she was white. She says anytime anybody does anything that in any way pulls this campaign down and says, let's address reality and the problems we're facing in this world, you're accused of being racist, so you have to shut up. This is also what she told the Daily Breeze. Racism works in two different directions. I really think they're attacking me because I'm white. How's that? In another interview on Tuesday, she compared Obama's situation to her own 24 years ago when she was the first female candidate for vice president. She told a Fox News interviewer, I got up and the question was asked, why do you think Barack Obama is in the place he is today as the party's delegate front runner? And she says, I said in large measure because he is black. I said, let me also say in 1984, and if I have said it once, I've said it 20, 60, 100 times. In 1984, if my name was Gerard Ferraro instead of Geraldine, I would never have been the nominee for vice president.
So again, it sounds like she's talking about a historic election.
Something different.
Yeah, she was, what was she, the financial advisor for Hillary's campaign?
She was on the finance committee.
Played part of this. Which TV is that?
Tube.
Former Congresswoman Geraldine Ferraro, good evening.
Good evening.
Why did you resign?
Well, because I wanted to get this off the news. This was not something that has been Certainly, there was no connection.
What does that say? Former Clinton campaign
fundraiser.
All right.
Yes no. If you can read the text of that thing, I felt bad because she's not able to speak to the issues of this campaign, and she's very good on those issues, and she certainly is the best candidate in the race. And I am unable to do the things that I do under my First Amendment rights, which is go out and give speeches and talk to people.
Let me just ask you this question. What is your response to Obama's campaign calling this notion that he's a front runner because of his race, quote, ridiculous and wrong-headed and also divisive?
That is not what I said. What I did was I was talking about the historic campaign. Why is his a historic campaign? Is it because he's a senator?
All right, there you go. There's your answer. Yep. If in fact that was everything that she said and they're talking about a historic campaign, then everything else she said is factual. It's not racial. And if they're really going to peel that apart, it doesn't make any sense why the Obama campaign would do that. Right now, he's by a small margin, the front runner.
Yeah, he won a game yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, what was that, Wyoming?
Mississippi.
Whatever. What did he pick up, like 11, 20?
There were 33 delegates available, and I don't remember if Mississippi was a take-all state or...
It wasn't. It was one of those proportionate deals.
I think Hillary got 9. I don't know what Obama got, but it didn't sound like it added up to 33.
Okay.
So I don't know what it was. Do you know, Chuck?
No, I do not.
Were you snoring?
I was.
Okay. Go ahead, man.
Okay, see if we can wake Chuck up. This out of Tempe, Arizona. A Tempe woman who went night clubbing and left her 5-year-old son home alone was arrested early Monday. Marquita Martin was taken into custody around 4:50 a.m. and booked on a charge of child abuse. Police said a neighbor became concerned for the child's welfare and called 911. Officers said they found the boy inside the apartment unharmed, but of course very scared. Martin had left her apartment at 10 o'clock Sunday night and returned at 3:55 a.m. while the boy fended for himself.
And this chick will get that kid back.
Yeah, she will. She'll get that one. Did you see the one about the mom at the Walmart? She got out of the car to let her other children dump some money in a Salvation Army kettle. I have it pulled up here. I'm going to read you the whole story.
All right.
But I'll tell you the basic. Treffy Coyne, was out of her car for just a minute, no more than 10 yards away from it, but that was long enough and far enough to land her in court after a police officer spotted Coyne sleeping 2-year-old daughter in the car. She left her daughter, who was already sleeping. It was sleeting, it was cold, she was 10 feet away from the car, and she locked it and set the alarm.
Well, how long was she planning on being away from the car?
60 seconds, long enough for the kids to dump the money into the barrel.
That's it. We walked away 10, 15 feet, dumped the money in the kettle.
10 feet, she said.
And now
by the time she turned around, there was a police officer standing there saying, "You've abandoned your child." And they ended up arresting her, I think it says.
Mm-hmm. And she's actually facing...
So we can bake kids in cars, let them die.
And you get to keep your other car, your
parents,
kid.
Yeah, the cars are okay. The parents get off because they claim, I forgot. Why is it they're going to charge her with anything?
This one I don't understand at all. I have no clue. She snapped a few pictures of the girls donating money and headed back to the car, but a community service officer blocked her way. This is the lady speaking. She was on a tirade talking about the police officer. She was yelling at me. She didn't want to hear about how close I was, how she never set foot inside the store and was just there to let the kids donate money. All she wanted to do was keep me out of my car.
Well, as far as the cop or the service worker, they really don't know what the story was at that point. You see a kid locked up in a car, you're going to assume if the kid's locked up and the alarm's set, that they've been there for a while.
They also, remember, we're not in a parking space. She was, you know how Walmart has a big area in the front? She'd pulled up into the fire lane. If you will. So she was literally 10 feet from the car. Car wasn't even parked in a regular parking spot. Engine running, flashers on, doors locked. And the mother was 10 feet away. And the cop, think about it, is the cop wouldn't listen. Say, I was right here, and I locked it for the child's safety.
Now, had you left them long enough to bake and die, you get off.
This is just getting ridiculous to the point where, this kind of a story even hits where was this? Chicago. There's Chicago.
Yeah, why would that make the news?
Because she was charged.
Because she was charged. I think this is making the news because it's so ridiculous.
Okay.
Because the title, the headline is Mom on Trial for Briefly Leaving Baby in Car That She Could See.
Yeah, they're actually taking her to trial when a lot of times these parents, who, like you said, leave their kids in the car to bake.
No bill.
They get no billed and never see a courtroom.
I know. I believe I said that.
That's just ridiculous.
Thank you. I appreciate the reiteration. You've been very helpful.
No.
Thank you.
Bye, Trey.
Go ahead, Dan.
This out of Orlando. An 18-year-old man using a shopping cart to car surf was killed when a Cadillac SUV he was holding on to hit a speed bump and threw him to the ground.
That makes me laugh.
Giggle, giggle. Cameron,
I had somebody do that to me one time on Lower Greenville. When I had my first truck. We're looking for some place to eat. It's like a Sunday afternoon. He's on skates, grabs a hold of the bed of my truck, and starts. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, they call it sketching.
That's stupid.
And allows me to pull him down Lower Greenville.
So you pulled him all the way down Lower Greenville, did you?
No.
See, so you gently put your brakes on and let him coast to a stop.
I let somebody eat gate. And the chick that was with me screaming, he wasn't doing anything. This buffoon grabs a hold of the bed of my truck, and if something happens, I'm going to be responsible. My immediate response is to stop and limit my damages.
By letting him eat gate.
God, that was so funny because he was wearing a jacket and you hear his zipper and everything hit the tailgate. And she starts screaming at me. What? He's a are you just supposed to expect that when you go to Lower Greenville?
Again, I have no one's ever done that to me.
Do they still do that? Because that was like 10 years ago.
I have not seen that. Ever. And I've gone to the Lower Greenville a number of times during the day and at night. I'll tell you this, at night, it definitely wouldn't happen. If it did, it wouldn't last more than 2 seconds because of the police presence.
Yeah. Maybe enough of them had tired of getting their ribs broken.
That would be a natural reaction.
Well, yeah, you see somebody on somebody on the end of your truck, you would slow down?
I would slow down and open the door and go, get the hell off my truck. Yes, I wouldn't make him eat dash.
Just e-brake them.
What's e-brake?
You just throw on the emergency brake.
So you can get the benefit of seeing the taillights come on.
Oh, no, that ain't right. Bam!
All right, go ahead.
So anyway, Cameron Bieberl, who was 18 of Winter Park, was killed when he hit the ground on Sunday. He was riding alongside a Cadillac Escalade, sitting in the cart and hanging on to the side. This according to Kim Miller, spokeswoman for the Florida Highway Patrol. The Escalade hit a speed bump, and he took flight. No charges have been filed against 23-year-old Michael Smith, the SUV driver. Car surfing is illegal and often involves a car or other vehicle in skateboarding, bicycling, or rollerblading.
Trey, Craig Ludwig is here. Will you go get him?
Sure.
Go ahead, Dan. Well, what is it that he's pitching? He's got some charity event coming up?
Yeah. There's a one sheet on it.
So his Greyhound
Those and prospects. No.
And actually, I have a star story here about our buddy Steve Ott.
He got suspended for three games?
Yeah. NHL announced this morning that Stars forward Steve Ott will receive a 3-game BS suspension for his Sunday hit on Colorado defenseman Jordan Leopold.
Did you add BS or is that a term?
I'm sorry, I threw that in.
All right, go ahead.
In a press release, the league stated Dallas Stars forward Steve Ott has been suspended for 3 games without pay as a result of delivering a hit to the head of Colorado Avalanche defenseman Jordan Leopold during NHL game on March 9th. On video replays, Ott appeared to leave his feet to make a hit on Leopold against the boards. He struck him in the head either with his elbow or shoulder, and he left the game because of the head injury and did not play Tuesday night in Colorado's 5-2 win over Atlanta.
Hold on. Luddy, why is it his feet left the ice, and that's where the penalty came in?
Yeah, that and the way that he hit him. But any time, I think we went right back to the beginning of the season this year when one of the guys from Philly jumped up in the air and caught somebody. And, they've been trying to crack down on this stuff for a long time, and any time you leave your feet, I think sometimes even if you miss, you're still going to get a penalty around here now.
Why is it you can wail on somebody as long as your feet stay on the ice, but the instant that your skates leave the ground, it becomes a fine?
Well, I think the logic behind that is if it's a fight, both guys are in it, and both guys can see things coming. And I think anytime a player is going to leave his feet, they look at the player that's getting hit as being vulnerable, in a vulnerable position, and that's when a severe injury. He doesn't have an opportunity to protect himself.
Did the guy that got hit, did he not see Ott coming?
Well, it's hard to. I don't understand how half the time people don't see, because it's a physical game and it happens all the time. And I think that's one of the one of the byproducts of the way that the game is being called now is there's a lot of skilled players that think that they can make that pass and they don't have to look around like they used to because it's not as physical as it used to be. But there's still, the guys in the game that like to hit.
Is that why you quit?
No, I basically quit because I couldn't keep up any longer, and they didn't want me.
The Stars didn't?
No, I was done. It was time. Trust me, it was time. I mean,
you just brought home the Stanley Cup, which I never got to see because you were too busy floating in Vinnie Paul's pool with it. But go ahead with your story.
Well, it wasn't floating for long because I think a couple.
They did.
Topless dancers?
I think a couple girls hopped on it and tried to ride it. Yeah. It ended up as a submarine for a while.
Yeah. But that got to happen with it. But you promised me I could see it. I didn't see Dick. And then you're riding around it with it in the back of your truck. I forgot what you were doing with it.
I think it fell out. It fell out. And don't talk about promises. How many promises did I ever hear from you? Yeah, I'll give you a call. Yeah, I'll call you.
I've called you before.
Only when you want to run your comedy act and I'm at the butt of the joke, right? Right, JD?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you're a
I've seen him fight.
So, do you think Ott should have...
Ed McMahon over there.
Do you think Ott should have got knocked out for 3 games? I can't tell which way you're going with this, whether you're for somebody getting whacked with their feet off.
If you'd asked me a couple years ago, I'd have said, no, that's ridiculous. But I think I've kind of gotten used to the way the game is being called. And again, the last thing we want to see is players get injured. I don't think anybody wants to see that. And if it's a vulnerable position, it's a vulnerable position. But I still like the physical side.
But you're okay. You don't like the fact their feet left the ice, but you're okay pulling somebody's jersey over their head and beating the frosty out of them.
Well, yeah, but the part about that is both guys know going into what's going on. I mean, they're looking at each other.
But you pulled the jersey over the guy's head, and now he doesn't know which way he's going to get it. But now, in my position, I would prefer that.
Your position?
Well, I mean, if somebody's beating the piss out of me.
Not a lot of guys are on their hands and knees in this game.
Well, that's very entertaining, and I appreciate you coming by. Perhaps we'll talk about your charity another time. You know what you need to do while you're here, you have to do it now, is Gavin keeps wanting to come out on the ice because he's a big Stars fan. I don't know how much you know.
He is a huge Stars fan. He told me he's only missed 2 games this year.
When the last time Ott got in a fight, they had to hold Gavin in the stands because he was trying to get down on the ice. What's his first name, Steve?
Yes.
Trying to help Steve.
You still are that big Stars fan, aren't you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The only time I started watching it is when we had you on the show.
And you tried to talk me into doing the chicken wing thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
You what? Fly.
I think it was...
yeah. He was trying to do the eagle, the Eddie Belfour eagle or something like that.
Okay.
No, it was either any time that the Stars would score or it was Ludwig knocked somebody the F out. Mm-hmm. I'd want him to do the chicken flap thing.
We didn't get too far with that.
That didn't work.
No. And that was when I actually started watching hockey, and I got into it. I was watching because Luddy was playing, and I liked to watch him just knock the piss out of somebody. Then I realized, you know what, this is something that'll keep my attention. It's fast moving, something's always going on. Somebody's going to get the
we got you to a couple games, didn't we? Didn't we get you down in the glass a couple times?
Is that the cold part?
Yeah. I think you were down there, and you had a couple beverages. The next thing you know, you were walking up and you were out. Gone.
Yeah, I didn't stay too long.
Yeah, no. Then I understand.
Well, they wouldn't let me ride that
Zamboni
Flulati thing.
No. Zamboni. No, you don't get to drive that around. That's one guy's job.
They got a new one now. They got a little one. They got a mini Fan Zam.
What is that one?
They got the one that bounces up and down, like a little lowrider out there.
This is the Zamboni?
Hot Stars girls are on it. You'd like that,
girls,
right?
Oh, man, the girls that come out and clean the ice.
Yeah.
Holy much.
And you know what? I got to judge those girls this summer, too. We get to be part of the selection committee.
Squeegee scoops, and they clean up the ice, and they come out and they skate with their little asses.
So you're still doing stuff with the Stars?
Yeah.
I know you were, after you left actually playing, you were in administration for a while.
Well, we did. We kind of had like an alumni deal going on there, and that was mainly because it was the 10th year here. And so, we had an opportunity to bring some of the people back, the players back that the fans really remembered. And then, now I'm doing the TV on FSN and stuff like that. And so we've got the Tornadoes out in Frisco. So we're still in the game.
Are you still doing the ESPN radio?
No, not this year. No.
Okay.
No, not this year.
What's the charity thing that you're working on?
Well, what we're doing is...
Are you not doing the Greyhound thing anymore, the rescue?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Still doing that. Okay. Still doing that.
I helped with that.
You did. You brought the bat car out there, and I think we had the Stanley Cup one year, too.
Yeah, you're
somewhere
right.
out there, and you get to sit in it. You're in it. I saw it, so don't. No, what we're doing now is we've got a.
He did. He lifted me up and put me in
Stanley Cup. Very nice.
He fits.
And then I'm sitting there. I went, all right. He goes, no,
I mean, get down.
Yeah.
No. Somebody who's going to get me out.
And then he decides I'm going to sit there for a while.
I didn't hear that story. It's a good photo op.
Yeah. And people are standing around taking pictures. I'm going, hey, jackass,
sir,
you pull me out of this thing. So what's the charity?
We are doing it in conjunction with, well, there you go, Pros Prospects Charity. It's in conjunction with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. It's really a fun event. It's next Friday, the 21st. What we do is we bring back some of the NHL guys. We've got a pretty good lineup this year. We've got Brett Hull. Some of the people are the guys that people remember, Brett Hull and Pat Verbeek and Billy Heward and Greg Adams, Benoit Hogue. We've actually got Luc Robitaille coming in. The Stars are playing LA on an afternoon game on Saturday. So Luc Robitaille and Nelson Emerson, who's one of the assistant coaches, is going to be playing the game. And we've also got three of our coaches. Dave Tippett's going to coach our team, along with Ulf Dahlen and Mark Lamb are going to be players, too. So
where are they doing this?
It's in Frisco. It's in Frisco at the Dr. Pepper Star Center out there next Friday, a week from this Friday, 7:30 game. And, you know, it's for charity, and it's a fun event. We play our junior team, so it's a bunch of old guys against the young guns. So the goaltender that we ended up bringing in, who, by the way, is Corey Hirsch, is with the Canadian Olympic team, won the gold medal with those guys. But anyway, yeah, well, he needs to be. After you get past the first period, there's quite a bit of standing around by our guys. So
do you really think that you couldn't have played another couple of years?
You know what? I think I could have played another couple of years, or a year. I just felt that it was a long time for me.
You were with Stars for how long?
Well, since we moved here, so that would have been 93, 94, I think it was.
So you never played when it was the North Stars?
Yeah, I played in Minnesota also. So I came from Minnesota with them, and I was in Montreal for 8 years before that. So, you know, it was a long career for me, and I had an opportunity to win the Cup in Montreal in '86, and there was a long time in between. We had gone to the finals and lost, and then we won it again. So it just seemed like it was a good way to go out. And, you know, my kids were getting older, and they were playing, and I didn't really, honestly, I really didn't want them having to listen to people say, geez, your dad can't play anymore.
Yeah,
so.
Did you quit the year that you guys won the Stanley Cup?
Yes, yeah. Elway did the same thing, had a big parade, and who else? Somebody else did. Somebody else went out on top, but not me.
Gavin, why are you in here?
Gavin, please. See you to get the hell beat out of him again.
I got my jersey on. I'm ready to drop the mittens. Let's fight.
Bye, Gavin.
And she hears what you...
Got his jersey over his head.
Oh, wow. That should have been on Dateline's 10 Brushes with Death.
You should have seen it from this end.
Wow. He was just using his fingertips.
Do I?
Just using his fingertips.
You need to get him out in the sun a little more. He's a little pasty.
Actually, that's a pretty good color on him. He didn't even have a chance to do anything.
No,
but he leans over.
Well, neither did the guy that Otter hit.
So,
right?
I didn't see the clip.
Well, we know. You don't watch the game. You don't watch the sport.
I didn't see the hit. I saw the fight that followed.
Yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen.
Well, I don't understand how they set rules like that. All right, you can fight, you can knock somebody out, but you have to stop as soon as they've hit the ice, or you're going to be fined if your feet leave the ground.
Well, think about it. Would you rather have somebody come up to you in an alley and hit you across the head with a pipe, or at least be mad about it and look you in the eye and say, let's go?
All right, so the guy didn't see Ott coming.
Well, from what I understand, apparently not.
So you didn't see the game either. So get off
no,
me.
I saw it. I'm just saying, I don't know what he saw and what he didn't see. But you know what? Honestly, even if a guy does see you coming and you're going to leave your feet to hit him, they're going to give you something.
Do you guys ever square off and actually agree to fight? Because I pulled audio off an ESPN report the other day.
Yeah, all the time.
These guys literally go, you ready? You ready? Yeah. Okay, good luck.
Well, yeah, I heard that audio. It actually sounds like it was staged, where they're going, all right, is this the time we're going to go? All right, now? Yeah, okay, let's go. And then without provocation, they just start wailing.
Well, and because in this sport, I think everybody knows their roles and everybody has a role, and I think that's a maturity of Steve Ott. As long as we're talking about him, I think when Otter came in, that's what he was known for, and I think now he's become a player that can play the game.
Do they sometimes only one cut on this? One cut. Hold on, Trey. Where'd you pull this?
This wasn't it. It's an ESPN report.
You want to? Okay. Well, okay, good luck with it.
All right. It sounds like there's
no anger in the voice.
Right. So some of these were staged.
No.
Well, it just sounds
that's
like
not staged. Well, you know what? When a player gets hit, especially when a good player gets hit, if another team hits, for instance, they go out and they hit Mike Modano, or they go out and hit the new kid Brad Richards.
Well, why did he just wish him luck before he started punching him in the puss?
Hey, you know what? These guys will fight, and they'll fight until the referees break them up. And if they're in the same bar at the end of the night, they'll have a beer together. They understand their roles, and they respect each other. It's the way it is. And you know what? There's some guys in the league that know and it's not going to happen that way. First guy that comes to mind is Avery with the Rangers, and I think he's one of the most hated guys in the league. And I don't think there's a lot of guys that he plays against and that he fights will probably go out and want to have a beer with them. But for the most part, these guys respect each other, and it's part of their job.
All right. It's just
you know what? You beat up on JD every day, and he comes back to work, doesn't he?
Good point. Thank you.
You get paid.
That's true. These guys
are getting paid. These guys are getting paid pretty good.
But I didn't realize that there was that much chivalry that went along with it. Hey, you ready to go? Hey, I had enough. Have you had enough of mine? How about you have? Okay, well, let's go. Hey, best of luck.
What are you going to start with?
Well, I'll probably start with my left. But your kids still playing hockey?
Yeah. Okay. Billy Jr.'s doing very well.
And your wife, she okay after the hysterectomy?
Susan's doing better. She's coming back around. She's going back to school.
Well, good. Punch in there someplace. That's what I was looking for. That's just what it sounds like. It's like a nice little chat. Okay, well, if you're ready, I think I'm winded. Let's go.
A lot of times,
because I don't think I ever saw you when you were playing. You would walk up and say,
"Gentlemen,
pardon me."
Pardon moi.
I think you guys got one of those rare clips where you actually got to hear somebody.
I'll bet I could. You're talking about rare clips with the fight, or rare clips of you wailing on somebody?
No. I mean the talk in there. I mean, that doesn't. Typically, it happens. And like I said, after a player gets hit, and the team that again, if Brendan Morrow and Brendan typically fights for himself, but if a Ribeiro or Modano comes out and gets run, I think if Chris Barcher's in the lineup, you're going to find out to the next shift that the guy that hit him, he'll be on the ice line.
He's going to get something.
Yeah. And it's all part of it. And these guys understand that if we do hit and take on one of the better players, you know that eventually by the time the game is over, something's going to happen.
Now, when you were playing, were you considered one of the enforcers?
No, I don't think so. Because who did we have on the team then? We had Shane Sherlock. And there was, in my opinion, he's my roomie too. So there was my opinion, and I played with some.
Well, hang on. Who's the Sherlock guy?
Shane Sherlock was just Sherlock.
How big was he?
He's not that big. He was only a couple 100 pounds, but he didn't. His hands were the size of that telephone. And so,
bigger than your hands?
Well, maybe. And we went at it a couple times.
There aren't many humans with hands bigger than yours.
Oh, my God.
You'd have to go to the animal kingdom.
Well, isn't that what... Every time I walk out of here, I turn the radio on and hear something about knuckle dragger every time I'm leaving. So I never hear... not in front of me. It's always when I'm 14 miles away.
That's called survival.
Yeah.
And then what?
I got the 7-second button. I'll tell you what it's called.
Go ahead. I like to think of it more as being a coward.
Chuck's lost it.
Chuck, just because he called me a chicken. He's right. There was one summer that did you have a boat or somebody?
Yeah.
Tried to talk me out to going into Possum Kingdom.
Yeah, the big party.
Yeah. Letty goes, come out there and we'll hang out and we'll have a big day. Where is it you want to take me? What do they call that area?
I think we were taking you to Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
That's great.
There was going to be a sacrifice that day if he showed up.
Don't tell him that. They never gave the
Ain't gonna go.
That's exactly the reason I didn't go. I knew all the grief that I'd given Craig on the air. He was just waiting. Although he's always been cordial, nice, helped me with charity events, and make any difference.
We had one good night.
Is that where you got me locked up in the police car?
I believe that's the night.
I wish I was on steroids. I'd drag you around.
It wouldn't help you.
That was, you know what?
I mean, seriously.
What the hell did I do with that?
You go ahead.
Your balls can't get any smaller.
You can't bow up to him.
Hey, Dan, get best of ready.
You can't jump over the counter.
No, you can't.
And I think that was the only time that somebody's ever pulled a hose on me, and I bought it.
Oh, did he buy it?
There
was a little crack in the window. You're like that little poodle with a little breath of fresh air in there. Help me. I didn't do nothing. Actually, you crossed the line.
You know what? This is worth 2 or 3 days in traction. You're a big dick. We walked in. What was the name of the topless bar?
Baby Dolls, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was one in Fort Worth. We go in. We're not there 5 minutes. Buddy goes, I got to go to the bathroom. He leaves. Cop comes up to me. He said, can I talk to you outside for a second? I went, okay. Go outside. He said, one of the waitresses. Is that right?
No.
I don't think it was one of the dancers.
I believe that you had a little $4 dance, didn't you?
No, we didn't have time. We weren't there long. But regardless, he said one of the dancers or waitresses said that you touched them inappropriately. You're not under arrest, but I'm going to need you to sit in the back of the car, and I've got to go in and talk to some people.
You played it perfectly.
I'm sitting in the car, I'm going, nobody is going to believe that I didn't do that. And then the cop comes out, and there's a group of people, and they're Luddy, and I went, all right, great. Hey, he'll straighten us out, and we'll go. They open the door. Luddy goes, what'd you do?
So much for my savior.
Yeah, but you know what he's not telling you is I think about a few weeks before that, I think at the time you had called my wife and it was something about you were...
That didn't make any difference.
Yeah. I think you were pregnant or something like that. But you had that squeaky voice going. She actually believed it was some chick too.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I know. I
never remember.
No, I remember I said something.
You were
about
going through my
wife.
garbage.
Oh yeah, we stole his garbage. Yeah,
exactly.
I didn't realize you and I haven't had this friendship this long. Do we need a break? Sorry, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Who is impervious to all that surrounds him. Now, 214-787-1053.
You got anywhere to be?
Nope.
We'll hang out.
I already missed happy hour.
Hello.
Apparently not.
Get
I guess I did miss it.
Get Letty the bottle.
Not here.
Or we got beer. Oh, I see you got one.
We're good. Way ahead of you, Russ.
Bring me the bottle then. All right, Dan, you got more news?
Yeah, sure.
All right. 6:33, Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. A woman is suing a number of casinos for getting her addicted to gambling. Her name is Aurelia Margarita Tavares. She's 37, and she used to be a lawyer in New York before she got disbarred. Back in September of 2003, Aurelia started hitting the casinos in Atlantic City, and she got so addicted to gambling that she would play table games for days without sleeping. Aurelia said that during one of her trips, she gambled for 5 straight days, used hand wipes to brush her teeth, and only ate Snickers bars the whole time. Aurelia even stole $99,000 from her clients to help play cards.
How is that their fault?
Because they didn't stop her from gambling. If you see somebody...
You're in a casino, yeah?
Yes.
What are they doing there? They gamble, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they were letting her gamble. If they stopped her, then I got money that says had they stopped her, she would have sued them
there's got to be something.
Refusal of service, whatever.
I got to be something in place when somebody's obviously addicted. You sit in 3 or 4 days. You're eating a Snickers bar. You're not getting up to clean yourself. There's probably something in place where the casino can pull your ass out of there and go, you know what, you have a problem, and we don't want to be part of it.
Absolutely. They can ban you.
Well, they can ban you.
Well, they ban you for winning.
No, they can ban you if you're an addict. It's the same thing like a bar.
You know what? It's her own fault. I got no sympathy for her. She goes in there. It's a casino. They let people gamble in casinos. And if you're addicted, that's your own fault. That's like blaming a bar. I go in. They don't know if I'm an alcoholic or not, regardless of how many days I stay in there.
But yeah, you're in there for 3 or 4 days, or let's just say 3 or 4 or 5 hours, and you're totally drunk and wasted. Most bars won't let you leave because there's a responsibility that falls back on them.
In most casinos,
there's a procedure. I don't care. I really don't care. If she goes in there and she wants to gamble and she's got the cash, you lost money. I bet had she won for 5 days, there'd be no lawsuit. Bet?
No, you're right.
Totally right.
They'd be getting her a suite to come back to get the money back.
If you play it either way, totally. If she had won the entire 5 days, there'd be no lawsuit.
Won the $100,000 instead of lost it.
All right, then you've got there's no damages.
And there are more good details here. Aurelia not only lost $1 million in gambling, she also lost her apartment and she was disbarred. Now she's suing, of course, the casinos for letting her gamble too much. Aurelia says the casino should have stopped her. She says, I would pass out at the tables. They had a duty to take care of me. Nobody in their right mind would gamble for 4 or 5 straight days without sleeping. She's accusing 6 Atlantic City casinos and 1 Vegas casino of racketeering, and of course she's suing for
It's a casino. It's a casino.
I know. I thought
it's not like she walked into the mall and all of a sudden they put up a bunch of machines around her and went, hey,
look over here.
Look at this.
Free token.
We have some slot machines.
You're right. I thought it was 1 casino. If it's 4 or 5, then yeah, it's completely her fault.
It's technically 7.
You're skipping around. I mean,
and she's suing for $20 million.
Nice. How much did she lose?
She lost $1 million in cash.
But she also was disbarred, and she's going to go back and say everything was a trickle-down effect because you guys let me gamble because I have an illness. I have an affliction. It's a disease. And because you allowed me in there, then I got to be compensated. That's $20 million.
give me my $20 million. Can I go now?
And the difference, like you guys had mentioned, same thing as in a bar. It is, but it's really not, because at a bar, if they let you drink too much, they're liable because you go out and hurt somebody. Gambling, all you're really doing is hurting yourself.
Well, plus, you go from bar to bar, say you're what do they call it, crawl thingy?
Pub crawl.
A pub crawl.
That's true.
You're having a few drinks at each one. Same thing. She went to a bunch of different casinos.
Right, and also at a bar, a bartender you can tell if someone is completely obliterated and that they shouldn't be served.
If some chick is sitting there eating Snickers bars and in her own pants, you can probably tell that she's been there a hair too long.
I know. But
so I got that angle. But if she's hitting casino after casino, and she's probably doing that, knowing that if she sits in one spot too long, they're going to realize she has an issue and they're going to kick her out.
Yeah,
that's where she's going to lose. That's where she's going to lose this. She's rotating casinos.
It said she passed out at a table.
All right. Well, sometimes people sleep.
Well, the casino owners are going to make sure she loses this.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to open up a big, big can of worms here.
Well, because now if you acknowledge that, then we have to acknowledge that gambling actually is an illness. It's addictive. And anytime anybody loses, Luddy's right. If you lost, I can go back and say,
because if she wins, I'm on the next trip. I'm going to Vegas with Russ.
Sit there for 4 days.
I know I can lose for 4 days in a row.
I got an affliction, and I shouldn't have to pay that. All right. Well, what about the other games you won? That was. Sometimes afflictions pay off. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, Treffley Coin. I'm sorry. Actually, we already let me mention that story. Leaving the baby in the car. Contraband candy has led to big trouble for an 8th grade honor student in Connecticut. Michael Sheridan was stripped of his title as class vice president, barred from attending an honor student dinner, and suspended for a day after buying a bag of Skittles from a classmate.
What was in the Skittles?
It's just Skittles. Hang on. School spokeswoman's...
well, tell me, hang up. I got a question.
It's right here. I'm getting right to it. Says the New Haven school system banned candy sales in 2003 as part of a district-wide school wellness policy. Michael's suspension has been reduced from 3 days to the 1, but he has not been reinstated as Class VP. He says he didn't realize his candy purchase was against the rules, although he did notice the student selling the Skittles on February 26th was being secretive.
All right.
It was against their school policy. He didn't know it. They suspended him for buying contraband Skittles.
How long had it been policy that you couldn't buy the Skittles?
In 2003 is when they enacted that. I guess it sounds like one of those no tolerance type policies.
All right, and this happens 5 years later?
Yeah.
Well, then the kid knows about it. He's out.
He's an honor student.
Doesn't make any difference. You bought the Skittles.
You can't. I mean, bar him from his honors dinner. He's a good kid, good student.
Are you gonna force it? All right. Let's say he's not an honor student. Let's say he's an idiot. Let's say he's pulling D's and he bought the Skittles. You kick him out for that? Because you keep throwing out the honor students like the other kids don't matter. Well, either they all have to play by the same rules or they don't.
Fair enough.
It's called discipline. Isn't that right, Luddy?
Sounds like a slow news day to me.
Damn.
I'm getting wrapped up in American Idol up here. Sorry.
Would you like me to blow a fire for you? Because I did that earlier.
Yeah, I know you did. And you had a 4-piece band in here. You guys big time.
Thank you. We're going to try and let the band play the end of the show, see what the horns sound like.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Good.
They're good.
It's been a year since the band.
That's just 4 of them. We got 10 now.
You got 10?
I don't know where they came from.
You got a bigger studio, too.
We started with a tuba, and all of a sudden they started coming in like little horn bunnies. It's like they replicated every practice we had. We go,
you had one horn bunny in there.
The brunette?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one from UNT?
I believe, yes.
Yeah.
She was hot.
She was. Hotter than the other 3.
Well, those were guys.
I know. I just wanted to let you know.
Maybe you got out of hockey at the right time. Were you going to say something, Trey? Because I don't want to bore Luddy anymore.
Why was Carlos here earlier?
I didn't know that he was here.
I never saw him.
Yeah, when I went to get whoever the fire-breathing guy was, he was in the lobby. And pissy as ever.
Gavin, do you know?
Yeah, he was just picking up some tickets.
Tickets to what? The white trash party? He's coming to the white trash party after I kicked him out of the band.
No, he's not coming. They were for a couple of his friends.
Gavin, it would be funnier if you said, yeah, he's coming.
Oh.
You want to try it again? I'll hit the delay.
Okay.
No, never mind. So he's picking up tickets for somebody else?
Yes.
But it was the white trash party?
Yes.
Did he say anything to anybody else? Has he talked to anybody other than me about getting kicked out of the band?
Let me think. Did he talk to me before or after? No, afterwards, yeah. He told me.
Did he say he wanted back in?
He said he would like to play. He says he works very hard, and he would like his position in the band back.
Is this real?
Yes.
He say anything to you, Gavin?
No.
I even sent him an Did you know what we're talking about, Luddy?
I have no clue.
Do you know what the band is, the concept?
Russ Martin Show band.
Everybody on the show had to pick an instrument and learn it.
Yeah.
So it just started.
You got the string. You got that over there, the Batman Mobile.
The guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody had to learn something.
Yeah.
And we were just going to do it once. Somehow it just continued. Our doctor, we were letting him play bass. Well, over weeks and weeks, he just got pissier and pissier. I kicked him out of the band. Then he didn't want to talk to me, even though I said, you know what, all this turmoil is going to create a rift between us, and I'd rather you just be my friend and not be in the band. And he still didn't want to talk to me.
Was he any good?
He was all right, but he would just be pissy during band practice. And then he and Chuck, back there on the keyboard, they got in a fight one day. I had to get in the middle of that. Chuck pulls Carlos's smock over his head. Carlos throws water on Chuck. And you know what? I wouldn't put up with this on the air unless you're doing it to Gavin. I wouldn't put up with that on the air. I'm not going to put up with it out here.
I don't blame you. It's your show, right? You can make that call.
Are you setting me up? Because I don't want to see the outside of my T-shirt. Then I got into a bind last week. My allergies acted up. I was on the verge of bronchitis, and I needed to get a shot. Got to talk to him.
He's your doctor.
Yeah, got to talk to him into coming out to the house, and he bitches the entire time he's there.
Where was he giving you that shot, by the way?
In the arm.
Oh.
Normally, the cortisone they give you in the ass, because that's some really thick crap.
Yeah.
He comes into the house, pulls my shirt up, and says, shut up, sit down. He jabs the stuff in my arm, which I still think was bleach, jams it into the arm, does that, and he said, take this, and then he left. Well, why is your car out in the street? I'm going to dinner. Well, why didn't you park up by the front door? Because I'm going to dinner. Well, whoever's in the car could have come in the house. We're going to dinner. Well, that doesn't mean you had to leave the car in the street. It's pointing to where I'm going. You know what? Just get the out of here.
Well, they say he thought, he came and he did a doctor, a house call with a couple hours notice, and he was busy. He wanted to be back in the band.
Then I sent him an email today that said, I feel a lot better. My sinuses have cleared up. I think I passed the bronchitis. Thanks for coming by. I get an email back from him. He said, I'm not your doctor. My mistake.
Is he getting back in the band or not?
No. You bored with this now? You want me to turn the sound up on the TV?
Well, no. American Idol's over now. Back to the news. I saw the hit for Otter again, though. Hey.
And?
Well, the guy wasn't looking. Didn't see him coming. He had his back to him.
Okay, so regardless...
And it wasn't a jump. I don't think he left his feet. He
That's what they're saying.
Kind of skipped a little bit. It wasn't like he hopped up in the air.
So regardless if his skates left the ice, the fact that he hit the guy and he didn't know he was coming.
He couldn't protect himself. I'm sure that's what they're saying.
But you're okay with pulling somebody's jersey up over their head and wailing on their puss until they're dead.
They confronted each other. It wasn't from
Wouldn't
behind.
really a fight be over once you pull the jersey up over their head and they can't see anything anymore?
No, because you haven't done any damage yet.
But it legally is over when somebody goes on down the ice. That's the end of it.
Yeah, that's when the linesman will typically try. And if you keep breaking two guys up the whole game, they're eventually going to fight. So the mentality is if they're, if that's what their role is,
get it out of the system.
Get it out of the way, and we'll move on.
All right. How are we doing, Chloe?
Breaking two.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. On Monday, a bill was approved by a Colorado State Senate's committee, which would allow the death penalty for child rapists. According to the bill, rapists could get the death penalty if the victim is under the age of 12. There's DNA evidence, and the perpetrator was previously convicted of sexually abusing a child. That would make about 260 people already locked up in Colorado prisons eligible for the death penalty.
I don't know why it's taking this long to make that part of the death penalty process.
I have a feeling, it's one of those things that may not stand, as I think everyone would say, the constitutional muster as it goes up the appellate process.
You abuse a child, it doesn't just stop with that kid, because like I said, a lot of kids that have been abused, they go on and they abuse kids as well. So it just grows exponentially, especially when you got priests that are doing it that are getting away with it.
Well, and
they hide behind the church.
Yeah.
Well, this is something that we'll work out internally.
God's forgiven us.
Yeah, we'll pray. We'll move him to another church so nobody can find him. Thanks.
Exactly. Now, there are some states that already have this. This story
the
says,
death penalty?
It says Montana, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Louisiana, and Texas are the only other states which allow the death penalty for child rapists. I didn't either.
I didn't know that at all.
All right. Well, now we do.
We'd just like to see it actually enacted for a change. A recent study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that 1 in 4 girls between the ages of 14 and 19 has an STD. That comes out to over 3 million girls, which is more than the entire population of Chicago.
Yeah, how about that sex ed training?
That's worked out really well. It's
paying off.
Yeah, where they actually they don't have it. They just tell them to abstain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the new mantra.
Yeah. So where are you getting the STDs?
They're not. They ain't listening, bitches.
1 in.
Who said bitches?
Nobody. I think Luddy did it.
Anything between any topic of conversation between 14 and 19, I'm out. No comment.
Well, somebody's morals have changed. I used to be 18.
Yeah.
Or if they had
So yours haven't.
Or if they had an ID. If they got an ID.
Fake or not? As long as they've got one?
Do I work for the state?
1 in 5 white and Mexican American girls has an STD, and nearly half of all African American girls have one. Overall, HPV was the most common sexually transmitted disease for teen girls to have. And since some STDs don't have obvious symptoms, many girls who are infected don't even know it.
We need a break here.
Yeah, go to the next topic.
Are you just absolutely unenamored with the show?
Well, it's news.
Well, that's what we normally do. And then I make little cute comments, and then we make a few gay references, and that's the show.
I haven't heard no gay references yet.
Gavin, come in here and let Luddy look at your nipples.
Really?
He's putting them back on right now.
He came in one day, I don't know how he got off onto this, and his nipples are sloped, and he doesn't believe it.
Well, oh, my God.
Yeah, one of them's higher than the other.
They're fine.
They're not.
They're fine.
Oh, Lord Jesus. That's terrible. You got 3 of them.
We normally don't talk about the third one. We were saving that for the white trash party.
There's no steroids going on here.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
I just brought the horn players in during the break, and we recorded it just in case they suck.
I got you. Makes sense.
Is that the first time they've gone through the Batman song?
No.
Well, how come some of them didn't have it down the first go-round?
Lauren.
Which one's Lauren? The brunette? She's still here?
Yeah.
Is she here?
Yeah.
Is she really here or not?
No.
This is really he's always confused.
Okay, I didn't do this. But the band left. So you guys want me to go back to screaming? Is that going to make you feel better? Because nobody really seems to want to tell me anything.
No, don't go back to screaming. Just give us some time to get used to the new you. Because we know it ain't going to last.
I'll go ahead and scream it.
I don't care that they left. I just asked if the chick was still here.
I think Chuck was trying to go along with the bit that maybe they were going to actually come in, but you'd already said you'd recorded.
Yeah. I didn't want to say, hey, I'm going to show off some of the new horn players and have them come in and blow it. Then I look like a monkey clam.
They sound great.
And it was just 4 of them.
To me, it sounded good anyway.
Was that right, just 4?
Yes.
You're sure?
I'm positive.
No.
No, I didn't do this. But there were 5.
All right. Anything else before we go? Give me that one sheet back for Luddy's charity. You want me to just read this now? You want to do it in the plugs?
We can either or, but
Oh, there. Take it. Anything else before we go?
I have some audio that's kind of funny from a Philippine beauty pageant. Remember a few months ago in Miss Carolina blew the question?
Oh, yeah.
I have that audio, too, if you want to hear both of them. But this was kind of funny. It is Miss Filipinas, cut 31.
When did Miss Filipina lose?
I'm not sure if you won or lost. It's just the audio was funny. They asked her a question, and then she stammers and stumbles.
What cut?
I already told you. It was 31. Then Miss Teen, South Carolina, is 32. If you want to compare them.
Good evening. Good evening. Okay. The question is, what role did your family play with you as candidate to Binibining Pilipinas?
What?
Yeah. All right, what's the question?
What role did your family play?
The bitty candidate
Filipinas.
What did she actually ask?
I really don't know. I listened to it 3 times. I can't tell. I didn't do it.
Sounds like something out of Buck Rogers.
Good evening. Good evening. Okay. The question is, what role did your family play with you as candidate to Binibining Pilipinas?
Luddy, you got any idea? You're from Canada.
Is it Filipinas?
No.
Yeah, he could be right. Fellow Philippines?
Philippines?
With you as candidate to Binibining Pilipinas?
Come on.
Be Miss Filipinas. That's what it is. I didn't do it, but that's what it is.
You'd like me to feel what?
Bitty penis.
What role did your family play with you as candidate to Binibining Pilipinas?
Oh, I can't get past this until I know what she's saying.
To be Miss Filipinas.
Oh, okay.
To be Miss Filipinas. Be Miss Filipinas.
Be Miss
Filipinas.
All right.
Good evening. Okay. The question is, what role did your family play with you as candidate to Binibining Pilipinas?
Well,
I'm sorry, what
my
did you
family's
say?
role for me is so important
because they was the one who's very.
Does the crowd turn on her?
No, they don't. They start laughing with her. They realize she's stammering. They're trying to help her, believe it or not.
It sounds like a few boos spattered in there.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in the Philippines.
No, when they cut to the judges and everybody's kind of laughing, going, "Oh, she's."
Who's very. Oh, I'm so sorry. My family. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I told you that I'm so confident. Wait. Sorry guys, because this was really my first pack.
So you have the local news, the national news, the elections.
Yes.
Luddy's bored. He's watching TV.
This is awesome.
I said close ass on fire. And you got some Filipino chick giggling. Now he's all over the show.
Pageant ever, because I'm only 17 years old, and I did not expect that I came from one of the top 10.
From the what?
I don't know. Got me on that one.
Top 10.
But I said that my family is the most important persons in my life. Thank you.
Then the next cut is...
In my defense,
yes,
I suck like a Spartan. What's next?
That's Miss Teen South Carolina.
Okay. Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you...
You ever heard this, Luddy?
I was hoping you weren't going to ask me to locate it.
No, not the... Unless it's at the end of my knuckle. Have you ever heard this chick?
No.
There was a blonde head. She was all over the news for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Was it a Miss Teen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the 14 to 19 age group?
I think she's
18.
She's 18.
Nice.
Yeah.
Polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq.
Look, he's over there nodding up and down like he goes, that's a good answer.
Quaalude comes into mind right away.
They didn't ask me that. I wish you did a lot better than
We were like such as, and I believe that they should. I'm
trying to get a visual.
Our education over here.
She's hot. She's blonde, probably 5'6", 5'7".
That's enough.
Yeah. Hot blonde, sparkly dress with a sash.
Yeah, I don't care what.
A sash?
Well, it's the contestant beauty pageant type sash.
Oh, that's it? Just the sash?
See?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Who cares what her answer was?
Yeah, I don't care what she's saying as long as it's not stopped. Danny, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Let me cue up the horn section. Are you set?
Yeah.
All right.
I just wish Luddy would come in every day.
You don't like the show without me?
I love the show with you. It's just different when there's a huge hulking man next to you.
All right. Yeah, that's not it. Is that it or not? Yeah, try this. Here we go. Oh, let's go.
Okay. Also, don't forget about Pros versus Prospects Charity Classic 4. That's March 21st. That's a week from Friday, 7:30 p.m. Don't miss your chance to see former L.A. King superstar Luke Robitaille, Hall of Famers Neil Broughton and Nelson Emerson, former Dallas Stars, of course, Craig Ludwig, Pat Verbeek, Benoit Hogue, and many others. That is next Friday, March 21st, 7:30 p.m. at the Frisco Dr. Pepper Stars Center, benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Collin County. For more information about the Russ Martin Show, including pictures and video, go to russmartin.com. To answer any question you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. I
just brain farted. I'm sorry. I think she's go to the end.
Yeah. The official site for Live 1053 is live1053.com.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.